we walk these streets with diamonds in our eyes. Out with the vampires under a midnight sky. My mind so hypnotized. It was exciting. It was the 90s. Mama didn't understand it, and Daddy always said that I was going too far. Said there's never any compromising if you try to win the battle to be who you are. I danced to the left, I danced to the right, hold hands with my demons and creatures of night, on an undercover mission to find somebody else like me. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Someone who can hear me and drink from the light, to see things from the same side. Is there anybody out there? 5 years later, I'm not with the same old faces and dead end places. Things kept going wrong. I'm getting to thinking my daddy was right all along. So will you take a little walk on the wild side? Be careful that you never slip your hands from the wheel. There's never any compromising when you're blinded by reflections from the part of you that's real. I dance to the left, I dance to the right, hold hands with my demons and creatures of night, on an undercover mission to find somebody else like me. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there?
what's up, everybody? Back in the house here. Pre-stream time. The slideshow has just started, so we'll get to that shortly here. I did want to check out this new Franny video, which is not begs for once. It is excuses. So I want to give that a look real quick. Let me change my underbar message here. We're not doing DSP the Alley anymore. Big ups for anyone who was there for all that, though. That was a fun one, right? Especially like the cloud dancing, the John moments. A lot of heartfelt moments happened there. Whew, it was a good one. That's already there live. If you want to check it out on demand. Nothing from the chat so far. We did have this guy saying, hey, did you hear about Avowed getting an official release date? Did you see yourself playing it? And DSP said, thanks for the heads up. They just released it, so I didn't know. Like, why do you have to say that? I think he's feeling like self-conscious about not knowing the gaming news. You know what I mean? So, Philip's like, they just released it, so that's why I didn't know. Don't think I wasn't prepared or anything, you know? I definitely was prepared. I definitely do research for this podcast. So get ready for watching that fucking trailer and reacting to that. Is it woke? If it's not woke, we got nothing to talk about. So I hope it's woke for his case, for his sake, because then he'll have something to talk about. If it's not, well, we're fucked. What else can we say? Yes, DSP Politics is tonight, and that'll be on Detractor Beam. I got a thumbnail ready for that. Where's the thumbnail? Son of a bitch. Gotta be kidding me. What is this? No, I have it right here. It's fine. I'm not freaking out. Nothing's wrong here. No one's freaking out. Nothing's happened. Here it is. This is the show tonight. Ba, ba, ba. So guess which one I am, right? Which one am I? It could be the cat, the blonde woman, or the guy on the right. Who knows who I am? That'll be on tonight, 8:30 p.m. Evil Snoot is saying I'm the cat. I'm the one on the TV. Yep, that could be too. Cobra pick. That's for Indrid because she loves it. She does love her Cobra. That's her boyfriend. So I want to put her boyfriend up there. Okay, get him out of here. That'll be tonight. Anyways, moving forward positively here. I do want to play you this just in case you didn't see it. This was from Kino Casino's last stream. Not the last stream. They did stream last night, and no messages from Philip were in the chat. But this is they did mention Philip in some kind of way. So let's hear that real quick.
Is he even part of LawTube anymore, like legally?
No, not really.
No,
well, he doesn't talk about the law. I mean, he talks about his own criminal endeavors, but it's not really like legal advice so much as this is how you don't do law. Oh. He's kind of become like the dark side Phil of law, where it's like, this is how you don't law. We got...
That's just a little razz. That's a light razz. Light razzing. Oh, wait. They did that to razz us, right? Yeah, wait. That's it. He did that to get us coping and seething, I think. I just want to make sure about that. It's tough to remember, but I think that was why they did that again, to make us feel felt it. That was why he made fun of Philip in that case, okay? And also, we're the Lockhouse. Thank you. All right, big ups. Let's watch a little Franny here before they start.
I'm a mature adult with a business degree. Big, 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 big. All I see you do is...
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Ops 6. We're back. What happened?
What happened?
No clue.
Wasn't in the room with me, but then he was. I spawned with enemies looking at me.
Yeah, like I can't do anything. I spawn, and I take a step, and then I just instantly die. I don't even get to see what shot me. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid.
They were flashed, but they were still able to easily kill me. There's no one looking at me, no one with a gun drawn, but I died instantly. I can't kill anyone, man.
Huh? Okay. In no sense. He's flashed.
No one with a gun drawn. Can you walk around that game without a gun drawn?
Anything, and he shoots me through the flash and kills me instantly. It just sucks. I have to flash and kill. I'm not getting any kills now. I have to flash and kill.
I mean, I know you can be holding a gun, but
And I
you know.
can't do it. I'm firing directly at them. No bullets hit. They're just spraying wildly, and it kills me instantly.
I have to use the pistol. That's the challenge. The challenge is to use a silenced weapon. I'm trying to level up this pistol.
What an amazing upgrade. It's supposed to let me look like the enemy. I just died instantly anyway. The guy spawned directly behind me with his gun in my ass and pulled the trigger.
I literally don't know what just happened. Couldn't do anything. Can't control the game. Look at that. I spawned with a guy full auto shooting into me. There's no way you can control this. It's so dumb. They're purposely just running around with shotguns and taking advantage of how bad the map is. That flash grenade didn't flash anyone.
I don't even know where he was.
All it's all that it did
The rapid fire makes it funnier.
laid into the ball.
That flash grenade didn't flash anyone. Is that what it's called when you flash people? That flash grenade didn't flash anyone.
Fired and gave him an instant kill.
Oh, he was prone, but I couldn't see it.
There's not I could do. I didn't know what direction he was going to be coming from.
No one fired at me. Literally, no one aimed or fired at me.
Flashing them all, but then I never get a shot in after the flash, so I don't get the flash kill credit. I couldn't even fire my weapon. It's going to be one of those matches where nothing works. Oh? Okay.
Yeah, good point. He said he was craving this. Like, how do you crave this if you hate it so much? You know what I mean? Holy shit. Big ups, Copes, I feel. He says he has a complaint. Excuse for every single death. There's no time he can take hits in Street Fighter or die in this fucking game without complaining. Amazing.
And I said, I'm gonna get killed. I can't get anyone to flash and then kill them. I cannot get to flash and then kill them. I fired point blank directly into his body. No bullets registered, but I die instantly. I can't get anyone to flash and die. It just doesn't work. Maybe let's try Newtown.
I can't aim and fire. It won't let me aim and... Look at the latency, by the way. Can't aim and fire on anything. It won't
Latency 35 milliseconds.
let me. I'm instantly dead before he's even fired once. What? I can't even climb the stairs. I was going over and he just fell off because the latency is so bad.
I went to fire. When I went to fire, I instantly died.
Definitely.
And then it showed bullets coming. I love it. I love it when you die first and the bullets animate after.
30 and now back down to 18. Yeah, this is not a good connection either. I can't flash and kill. I can't even aim. I can't
30 milliseconds we're complaining about?
fire. It's not possible. I'm trying. I cannot aim and fire straight.
That's
I hit
amazing.
him 4 times. He didn't die. He sprays and insta-kills me. I can't flash anyone. It's too slow. They use the absolute worst equipment in the game and do the daily challenge.
17 milliseconds now. We still can't flash people because the ping?
How about no?
Wow, the entire enemy team is staring there looking at me. I shot him so many times, dude.
Nothing I can do.
What was I supposed to do there?
Again, nothing you can do.
Got him, but he got me by shooting through the wall, apparently. Hey, you know what it was? The tag was blocking my view. Don't tell me what happened there. Of course, they all spawned on the other side of the house, because I was throwing the Molotov there, right?
Of course, a random explosion. Completely skillful, right?
Completely impossible, because I was
Completely skillful.
behind cover. And oh, come on, the Molotov didn't kill him, but he gets a sniper shot on me.
That's what I hate about this. They just get to spray. Oh, what? I hit him at least 4 times with the handgun. I think the Molotov sucks. It doesn't seem to kill anyone, man.
I was supposed to look like them. How did he know I was an enemy? No one's dying. Oh my god, no one would die.
Whatever you say. 5 direct shots into his body. Only
Enemy. No one's dying. Oh my god, no one would die.
Whatever you say, 5 direct shots into his body, only 2 of them registered, and I died. Gee, I wonder why. I can't move.
4 explosions of grenades, and no one ever comes out, and then I instantly die. They run as soon as they slid. They instantly murdered me from that distance. I shot him in his balls. He ignored the bullet and insta-killed me.
More trash gameplay spawned them
That's a fanfic. Shot him in his balls, he ignored it, and still shot
to
him.
my side, so they got an insta-kill. Of
Cool
course, the game won't let
fanfiction.
me get a bead with 38 milliseconds. Of course, another enemy was spawning on them. Of course.
He's sliding, then he's up, turning, and shooting me all within like a tenth of a second.
You're out of your mind. No bullets registered again.
Okay, I'm totally not shooting him or anything. I totally didn't hit him. What? He's not looking at me. I haven't fired yet. I'm supposed to be.
What? Yeah, it's wild when you put them back to back. It's like, it's just... How do you have the capability to make up so many so fast? It's wild. The pasta maker in the house says, forget it, Phil, it's Nuketown. Yeah, it's kind of like supposed to be mayhem, right?
Covert, they shoot.
Oh, fun over. I saw the fucking thing. Here we go. Here we go. This is Raw Phil putting the music to block Phil's music. Today's show starts. How long does this have to go? Come on. Two intros.
Good morning, everyone. Well, today is the big day. It is the premiere of a brand new show on my late stream. But before we get there, we've got...
Okay, I got my poll already. Let's get a little skip juice. My poll is going to be, how long will we talk about DSP politics? Okay, so I'm talking about the segment, okay? And I'm going to put... I'll do 0 to 10 minutes, 11 to, no, okay, that's a little aggressive. I'll say 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and 16 plus. I don't think he can go that far. I could be wrong, but there we go. Maybe I put that too low, honestly. But there you go. Poll's live now. I can't take it back. Can't take it back.
A lot to talk about. In fact,
I know
I wasn't here yesterday for a podcast, and in that time frame,
oh my god,
a tremendous amount of game news has occurred. So on today's show, we will be covering a wide variety of news stories relating to Xbox, Bethesda, Naughty Dog, the Game Awards, GOG and game preservation, Avowed, and more. Tons of stuff to talk about on the podcast. Of course, I'll also be giving you a minor update on everything else going on around here, what I did yesterday, etc.
Oh, that'll be great.
It should be a good show.
What did
and
we
of
buy
course,
tomorrow?
this is
Yesterday.
all leading up to the premiere, my brand new show on politics. We'll talk about this on today's episode of the Level 1 podcast.
Let me get the kick numbers up. All right, we're rocking a robust 14 to start things off today, so hold on.
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. It is Thursday, the 14th of November, 2024. The 5th in a day of 6 straight streaming days for me. Although not every day was a full day. Yesterday, I had the daytime stream off. We'll talk a little bit about that on the show today because I'm sure you guys are interested in what went down, why I wasn't here. Things didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's put it that way. But what else is new in my life, right? The day that something goes smoothly must be like the day that the planets aligned and, you know, some kind of rare dimensional occurrence happened. Because usually things that are just tiny little menial tasks, normal things for most people, have to be giant ordeals for me.
Yes, streamer making $100,000 playing video games every year. Definitely. Let's hear how bad your life is. Go ahead.
Because everything always goes wrong. We'll talk a little bit about that. It's like the Murphy's Law, right? If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Definitely.
Anyway, I'm definitely excited for today for various different reasons. You know, number one, full streaming day today. It's a nice, cool autumn day. I actually have a fan.
Oh my god.
In the office now, a ceiling
Huge,
fan.
it's true.
Which is awesome. I picked a really good one for this office. I really love it. We'll talk about that today. And we've got a ton of gaming news to discuss today. It's crazy how much happens in like a 24-hour period, especially when you're not around to talk about it.
All right, there we go.
And so today we're going to play catch-up with a whole bunch of stories. I expect this is probably going to take up like the meat of the show. So I hope you're ready for some game news today on the Level 1 podcast. What we'll do is let's talk about yesterday.
That's bad for us, by the way.
What went down, why I wasn't here, what went wrong, how this is going to affect the schedule next week. In addition to that, we'll talk about some Bloodborne action and then the schedule for the rest of the week. And then we will jump into this game news. Okay? So, you ready? Your body is ready? All right, I'm glad. Someone just said my body is ready in the chat. I'm glad.
It's a joke.
Nice meme. So, here's the deal. Yesterday, I wasn't here during the daytime stream. And you wonder, well, why? So, here's the deal.
This sweater is tragic.
Yesterday, chat. I'm glad. Nice meme.
Sweater's working out well. Definitely not looking like a lunch lady here.
Meme. So here's the deal.
That is not what's happening here.
Yesterday, I wasn't here during the daytime stream. And you wonder, well, why? Well, as you know, I've been talking about this a lot recently. This year's been really good for me. These last 3 months of August, September, and October, you guys have been absolutely amazingly supportive. Seriously, I'm so happy that things have turned around and for the better. I'm able to
Thanks, Adam.
do things now in my life with more flexibility because, you know, things are better around here. You notice that day to day, I'm not like, oh, I can't afford a game or I can't do this or that. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm talking about upgrading the setup and doing other things for myself and my family. You know, notably, I just had an extra day off last week that I spent with my wife, and it was a really nice day where we went out and had a lot of fun. Okay.
So you're not begging anymore, Ren, right?
So what was I up to yesterday? Well, I've been talking about this over the past couple of months that we really could use a few ceiling fans in the house. This house has no ceiling fans. It's odd because the house also has no central air. So when they built the house, I guess they never thought that air would need to move through it. Pretty bizarre. No.
So why'd you choose that house? Anyways, go ahead.
Probably these last few years, we've had some really hot summers. And because of that, I wanted to get some ceiling fans in various rooms of the house. And the thing that really kind of spearheaded this effort is that in end of last month, was it? Basically, we had a really ugly lamp over our dining room table. It was a lamp that's like a giant half bowl of glass. It kind of looked like the top half of a flying saucer, but it was heavy-ass transparent glass. My wife and I never liked it, okay? We always knew, like, we gotta get rid of this someday, but it's like, it works, so there's no real reason to care so much about it. So one day last month, she's cleaning it, which just means she's standing on like a, you know, a step stool, and she's just wiping the glass with some cleaner.
Easy.
The entire thing rips out of the ceiling and drops like 8 inches. Then it yanks on the wires, and all the power goes out to it.
Okay,
like,
so
well,
that's officially another thing Cat broke. Thanks.
Well, crap. Obviously, we got a problem now. We have no light in the dining room. And we started talking about what we wanted to do. And I was like, well, we can actually like afford now to have like an electrician come and put something in new. But the
Philip's at oddly high viewers right now. 330, 347 in his view. Something's going on. That's way more than normal at this point for just starting out.
question is, what do we want to do? Do we want recessed lighting in the ceiling? Do we want a lamp? Do we want a fan? We talked about it, and after talking about it for a little bit, we decided, hey, let's do a ceiling fan, because we actually have no air circulation at all on the bottom floor outside of the vents, which just blows some air around the house, but it doesn't really like circulate nicely in any particular room. At the same time,
yeah, probably that.
In this office,
politics,
I've never had air circulation. There's nothing. It's like a dead room where there's no way to get air to move through it, especially on days when I'm streaming and my wife is home and I have to have the door closed. This room gets stagnant and the air gets very stuffy with all these electronics running. And I always wanted to have like a ceiling fan in here. I had a really crappy lamp that was here from when I moved in 10 years ago that never even worked. It
so
had
you did have a fan.
Bulbs, and 2 of them never worked. I was always using 1 bulb in this lamp.
So you did have a fan then. Remember he just told us they didn't have any fans? Now they had a fan. Okay.
And it didn't really do much for the lighting in the office.
Okay. So we have a fan now. It just didn't work. Keep going. I'm loving the story. Keep it up.
Over the course of the last, month and a half, my wife did some shopping and improvements. We had a washer dryer installed, and at the same time we actually bought a couple of ceiling fans, one for this office and one for downstairs for the dining room. And finally we had scheduled for an electrician to come to the house.
Joe Dub says she has that disaster Midas touch.
Check out the wiring and install these ceiling fans. So this is what was supposed to happen yesterday afternoon, and we're thinking, it's 2 ceiling fans. This will not be a big deal. Maybe he'll be here in
Karen
an hour.
segment,
Maybe
get ready.
2 tops if there's like an issue, but there's no way this should be any kind of a big deal, right? Yeah, right. Because again, like I've said, when it comes to me, Jasper, you want to go in the closet? Okay. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is a tough start.
Gotta be the most ridiculous, extenuating circumstance possible. So the electrician showed up around noon, which is perfect. I'm like, oh, it'll be for like an hour or 2. I'll have some extra time. I had even said, hey, I could do some things. I could maybe keep cleaning out the garage. We got a bunch of trash and stuff there. I could clean out, maybe take a second trip to the dump, and throw out more. Maybe I could put up a new shelf in the bathroom, because we actually had bought a new shelving system for our bathroom that I need time to install.
New shelving system now too. What else we buying?
And I just haven't had time. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do some of those things. This will be good, right? So the electrician shows up at noon and starts basically, assessing the situation in the dining room. He's like, well, it doesn't look like the wiring's too damaged. It looks like one of the wires did pull here. I could snip it here. He removed the remaining parts of the broken lamp that were still attached.
Oh, come
and basically
on,
did a bunch of
man.
work and said, okay, yeah, we should be good. begins
God.
work. Okay, and
Worst story of all time.
you know, I can't leave him in the house alone or
God,
anything, so I'm stuck in the
please.
house, just kind of waiting around. So I'm just kind of relaxing on the couch. You know, Jasper. Just so everyone knows, Jasper is
God, yeah,
deathly
Jasper.
afraid of other humans. Seriously, Jasper's my pet cat, by the way, who just went into the closet.
You think there's people here that don't know that? We got 20 people on Kick. I'm pretty sure they understand who Jasper is. Who we talking to?
He cannot stand other humans. He gets so afraid.
So I hope you put him in a room where he wouldn't even run away or get scared of them, right? Before they get here? I hope you put him into a room where he has his litter box, water, and he can sit there for an hour or two.
He runs and cowers and hides whenever there's other humans in this house. So in this particular case, my wife said, I'll stay with Jasper in the bedroom with the door closed.
Yes,
that way
okay,
he won't
thank
be
you.
afraid. I'll stay with him. I'll pet him. You know, he actually gets like almost like panicky, you know?
I mean, that's a little intense, but okay,
she
go
stayed
ahead.
in the bedroom with him trying to basically console him, and we're thinking, no big deal. It'll be an hour or two, right? So after about an hour and a half, seriously, the guy finally, he says to me, we got big problems. Like, what's the problem? He goes, so here's what happened. Basically, the wiring is old. You know, my house is built in the 1990s. Of course, nothing's ever been done with the wiring since then. And it looked like something was wrong with the switch. So he had to replace the switch in the wall, first of all. Like
Another switch got bricked.
Old switch wasn't working properly with the fan at all. Like he was flipping it on and off. The fan wasn't even turning on and off. The light, the fan, nothing. No power to it. So the whole thing had to be replaced, which is not a big deal. You know, it's just the switch, not a huge deal. So, but then he had to clean up a mess. I guess what happened was the box up in the ceiling was incredibly old and wouldn't even really support a fan. So he had to upgrade it. So
We're gonna need to put totally new wires in this puppy. We're thinking about $2,000. You in?
This work, right? And he goes, so I want to show you exactly what's going on because I want you to understand, you know, I did everything I could. So the fan is assembled and everything.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Yeah, we're gonna need to put the platinum wires in this puppy. You got copper, and that copper, it deteriorates pretty quickly. We're gonna need to put the platinum in here. Sounds like you're a man of great means. Should be no problem, right? We're looking about $2,000-3,000.
Blades on yet because he wants to show me. He says, so here's the light. Turns it on, the light works. And he's like, I can adjust it. The light seems to work fine. He goes, but no matter what I do, I can't get the fan to work right. Let me show you. And he presses on. And the fan still goes. It's like a car that you're trying to start and it just keeps stalling out. That's what this motor is doing. And he goes, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it has something to do with the wiring that when I first hooked it up, it got shocked. I don't know, you know, it had something to do with the switch. I don't know if the fan's just defective. Like, I have no clue. But it doesn't work. Because I did everything. Like, I've done everything possible. And the fact that the light is working, but the fan doesn't, is weird. He goes, if the thing was messed up, the light wouldn't be working either. So it makes no sense that this motor's starting and stopping. I don't get it. He goes, the only thing I can say is, it looks like your fan's defective. So you got to return it and get another one. And then I'll come back free of
Well, there's two fans, so you tried the other one, right?
charge this time. And I will install the fan properly like it was supposed to happen because you didn't get your fan today. And he actually did me a solid. He says, I don't want to leave you with no light. So he actually just installed an incredibly basic light bulb screw thing. So I can at least have a light bulb on my ceiling for now. To have a light there. He goes, that's fine. This is just temporary. You know, when I come back, we'll put in the fan and it'll replace this, but I didn't want to leave you with nothing. Then he goes, just to show you that I'm not, you know, inept at my job, let me go ahead and let me do this. Right?
Why would you not show try the other one downstairs to see if it's the fan or the wiring? You would absolutely do that to make sure to figure out which needs to be troubleshoot. What's the problem, right?
Harley, he had a voltmeter. He tested it and said there was nothing wrong, but he couldn't figure out why the motor wasn't working. So please stop. I love it. These fucking, every time I tell a story, these armchair quarterback fucking idiots on the internet. Well, if he was a good electrician, he would have had his voltmeter and he would have been testing all the wires and he would have been, he did, stupid. Can you shut up and just listen to the
Well, you definitely would try the second fan.
Story and stop acting like you know better than everyone else. These people on the internet, I swear to God, are fucking stupid.
Whoo! salty boy already. Good start to today. Can't2 Adrian, big ups. It's funny how he wants to do repairs and household chores when other man is around. Yeah, that's the only time he does chores. Says, yeah, I'm going to take care of some stuff myself, brother. You got the fan. I'll do my normal cleaning up around here. Who's Poppin' says, I got 3 fans installed in 1960s wires. Phil's lying. Fans are very easy to install. I even did it myself, and I'm not a tool style person. The fan in this room right now I installed. I'm a legend.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, he says, just to show you that I know what I'm doing, let's do the fan upstairs. And he came up here.
Why would
and
you
in
say
less
that?
than a half an hour, he had my ceiling fan installed in this office. No problem whatsoever. He said, yeah, Harley, just fuck off, okay? Get the fuck out of my chat.
Fuck out of here, Harley. What did Harley say? I'm not an armchair quarterback. I'm an electrician of 22 years. That was the comment. Get fucked, Harley. 22 years doesn't mean shit around here. I'm telling a story, dumb fuck.
Yeah. Harley, just fuck off, okay? Get the fuck out of my chat, you fucking idiot. Okay. So, he says, this switch is normal. Didn't seem to have any problems with it. Everything's working fine, right? No problems at all. Fan installs easily. He goes, this is great. He goes, this is the kind of fan I like. Didn't give us any problems. Smooth work and everything. So now I have this nice ceiling fan where I have a light. Not that I'm ever going to use this when I'm on stream, because as you can see, it's not going to record well.
This
I
guy's
have a ring light for
successful.
when I'm on stream, and that's what I'm going to use. But I have a ceiling light. It dims and gets brighter. Like, it has all these dimming settings, which is nice. I've got a 3-speed fan that circulates the air very nicely. I've got it on high right now, and it's really moving the air around nicely in the room.
Is that what fans do? Hold on, what do fans do?
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So I'm very pleased with this ceiling fan. It looks great. It's all black, and it matches kind of the motif of the room. I have black blackout curtains, and I have a black ceiling fan. It's good. It's fitting everything. So I'm like, oh, this is a great deal. So I'm happy with that. But now here's the bummer. And this is sadly, this is going to affect streams and the like.
No.
So now I have to take the defective fan back to the store over the weekend on my day off. Instead of relaxing with my wife, I have to drive across town because I checked and the closest store doesn't have it in stock. So I have to drive across to the further store, physically return it, and try to exchange it for the same fan.
You know, you could buy shit on Amazon. It makes it pretty fucking easy to do stuff like
then
this.
Then I have to contact the company again to try to have them come out. The guy basically said he wanted to come out like same day. So if he could come out like Wednesday of this coming week, same time, same day, it would be perfect. I said, all right, so let's tentatively schedule it for then. And I'll see if I can get the fan. Hopefully I can get the fan. And then we can have you come out and do it again. And hopefully this time it'll be fast. And it'll basically be what should have been yesterday, where he does the fan quick and then I have some extra time. Like I said, maybe I can go to the dump, or maybe I can put up a shelf, or maybe I could do both. Who knows?
Whoa, let's not go nuts.
Sucked because I literally sat around 4 hours yesterday. It was basically like 2 to 2.5 hours for the downstairs fan, then about a half an hour for this fan, and then of course
2.5 hours, an electrician sitting there. Why? That does not make any sense, and that's why he kicked out Harley. 2.5 hours he's fucking around. There's 3 wires. A fan uses 3 wires, if memory is correct on that. What is he doing? Rewiring the whole fucking house? Greedo the Green in the house says, this is what I do. I would in no way tell someone who I'm going to do work for that I'm not bad at my job and show them I can use a meter. I know. You would, Greedo the Green, I know. You wouldn't even enter your mind. Let me show you I know how to do my work here, sir. What? The Nerd Brew in the house says, this stupid fan gives me air instead of money. Yeah.
Cleaning up and paying and everything. So he's here for almost 4 hours. It was my entire afternoon that I would have been streaming was shot on these fans, and I only got 1 out of the 2.
Okay.
So next week, again, I have to take a day stream off in order to do this. You know what really sucks? Here's what really sucks. My wife and I wanted to take extra days off together. That was the intention, is that we're going to have extra days off to spend time together, not me sit around all fucking day with a guy putting a fan in.
You can spend time together during that time waiting, watch a movie, do a puzzle together, play games together. You can do a lot of stuff together while you're waiting for someone to install something in your house.
So now we were supposed to have another day off together next week, and we can't because I have to take this stream off to do the fan shit.
Okay.
And it screws our time up. And of course, the week after that is Thanksgiving. We probably can't take a day off then. It's like, very frustrating. It is. It's really frustrating, guys. So my apologies for venting a little bit. No, I didn't. Someone just says, if he was there, here we go. Another armchair. You know what? Fuck this person, too. Another armchair quarterback idiot. If he was there for 4 hours, you had time to go to the store and exchange the fan.
Yep.
The store's a half an hour away.
Okay, so that's an hour. Keep going.
The guy's in my house doing work. I'm not going to leave the house.
Cat's there, too, right?
For half an hour one way, exchange the fan, drive back. So I'm going to be gone for like an hour or more while this guy's in my fucking house. Get the
Cat's there, right? Is she not an adult human being?
fuck out of my chat and get banned, you stupid bitch.
Okay.
These fucking people, I swear to God.
All right.
Who's next? Who's next to be an asshole in my chat and get your ass kicked out? What a fucking moron.
So she's just not an adult human being then. Got it. Q in the house says Phil's family is the following: him, Cat, Jasper, and 2 ceiling fans. Absolutely. Sounds good to me, dude.
Trust me, I thought about it. If it was closer by, I was going to do it. But the closer store didn't have it. There's a store that I could have gone to that was like 10 minutes away. No, it has to be the one that's like a half an hour away is the one that has it in stock.
Okay,
So anyway,
very believable.
It sucks. It was a shitty afternoon. I really wish that it was a better afternoon and everything had gone smoothly, but no, of course not, right? And now, of course, this affects the streams next week. It means that I can't do a day stream, likely on Wednesday. You know, I haven't 100% scheduled and confirmed it yet with these guys. So I have to talk with them again to schedule it. It looks like it'll probably again be Wednesday of next week that I can't stream on the day stream. It is what it is, okay?
It is what it is.
Stupid shit. But, you know, again, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. So I have to get the defective one, and I got to deal with it, right? So,
any pips?
thank you for everyone understanding that I couldn't be here yesterday. I sure would like to take another day off to spend with my wife, but at this point, it ain't looking good. You know, now Saturday,
pity bucks.
I got to go across town to this store to exchange the fan. I got to get some pet supplies. I got to go grocery shopping. So there we go. There's my day off, right? Won't get to spend time with my wife again. I'll be out and about all day long.
Yep, being
but
an
that's
adult.
life, I guess, right?
Yep, being an adult sucks, huh? And it's not like you don't have ample time outside of your streaming hours to spend time with your wife. But anyways, Who's Poppin' says Phil is buzzing tonight. Many stonks. Big ups all. Big up Who's Poppin'.
So that was yesterday during the day. The good news is last night we had a great stream of Bloodborne. Basically,
it was great, all
continuing on from Father Gascoigne, we went to the Cathedral Ward and cleared it out. Went to Old Yarnum, cleared it out. Had a really epic, silly moment where I climbed.
Adam gave me all the money for the stream, and then I said it shouldn't be him. We shouldn't have to be. It shouldn't be Adam's responsibility to hit the goal every night. That was pretty cool.
That tower where that NPC hunter is. And usually this is a pretty hard fight for most people because at this point in the game, that NPC hunter is pretty over-leveled and has a ton of health. The NPC hunter slipped and killed himself. And I made a cool highlight of it that no one watched. My highlight videos have been doing well recently, including, you know, my early thoughts on the PS5 Pro, Dragon Age Veilguard, you know, highlights about various different topics like my detractors and stuff. This
yeah, because those are things people are searching for right now. Dragon Age is a hot search topic, I'm sure. He's talking about this, by the way. The King's Splendor makes hunters take an oopsie. And in 11 hours, 242 views. Holy shit! This thing's popping off. My clips have been doing great, by the way. So let's check on the factual. Let's check on how that works. Let's see. His latest clip is the PS5 Pro is at 1,500 views. That's popping off clearly. Nintendo's Pal World lawsuit is a joke. That's 5 days ago. That has 922 views, so that's popping off. Sony's president is a clown. He loves the PS5 Pro 5 days ago. That's 674 views, so that's popping off. They're obviously popping off.
Particular video, for some reason, no one watched it. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't even have 300 views yet. And I posted it at like 12:30 at night, so almost 12 hours ago. I don't know what happened. But the Bloodborne stream was great. great attendance, great support, great progress, and the game, I can definitely tell now, the game looks better than the original. Essentially, what's happened is all the environmental stuff has more detail now. The walls, the bricks in a wall now has like really etched in detail that you can notice and stuff like that. It's certainly nothing game changing, but it definitely makes the game look more spiffy, right? Like a little bit more high end than it originally was.
Okay.
It's still a great game. I'm having a great time with it. I really liking the fact that now I'm learning the transforming weapon stuff. Like I'm transforming it during combos and things, which I never.
Smoop says, why don't you take your wife with you and go out for a nice lunch to return the fan? Good LARP, by the way. That will get banned probably, but I hope we keep the salt going.
Never did before in the previous runs. So it's like every run I do something a little different. First run, I had no idea what I was doing, and I brute forced my way through. Second run, I learned parrying, and now I'm combining parrying with transforming weapons, so a little improvement every single one, right? But it's been great, and I can't wait for more. However, I'm not going to be doing any more until next week. Reason being, I got the next couple days booked, some exciting stuff coming up. I am actually going to do, I've been requesting this. You know, my mentality is Bloodborne should be a night stream because it's a game I've already played twice, right? This is kind of more like a, not necessarily a chill stream because there's no chill when I'm playing Bloodborne. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a super serious deal because I've already played it multiple times. But, anyway.
Kenny B. Writing says he's going to get banned, I know. But there's a lot of LARPers out today. Let me tell you, it's a very LARPer density is thick right now. And as you can see on the channel there, don't forget, if you get worried about the goal, one of the sugar daddies will come in to save the day. Or an anonymous will come in. That's still there right now to this moment.
People said we want it as a day stream. I'll give it to you as a day stream. All right? And, of course, we did hit the goal for support. So thank you to everyone. Last night, it was a great stream.
No need to say everyone in that case. You can just say the one person. Big ups, Joe Dub. So when are you getting vacation time from this wonderful job you got, Philip? You sound like a detractor, Joe Dub. Big ups.
Before we continue.
Yep. This
I
is what
want
we're
to take
waiting
a quick
for.
look here.
My PlayPal working?
Yeah, we got a troll.
Oh,
so I'm just going to ignore the troll. Okay.
God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Cool. That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to ignore it. Okay.
That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to ignore it. Let me hear that again. That's what I thought. Hang on.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to ignore it. Okay.
That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to ignore it as he stopped the stream for it. Greedo the Green, big ups. Thanks so much, sir. 4 hours for one fan. Did he get the dude out of Craigslist? And I have a prediction when Cat pulled the box out of the ceiling. He had to put in a new box and mount, and now they have to pay for 2 service calls instead of 1. Theo Theory coming in hot about the fan lore. Okay. I really wonder the level of broken it was, because if she really broke it hard, he probably wouldn't say that, right? He tried to downplay it, but he did want to make sure we know it's her fault for sure. But I wonder how much she heard it. She pulled it down, you know.
So, guys, today, a double stream day. We're at 64. If we hit 67, meaning today's 2 streams and then tomorrow's daytime stream, we do a celebratory episode of DSP Tries It. This is a really good one this week.
That's
great.
great.
The Decades menu at Taco Bell, including the tostada, the green... I think they call it the green sauce burrito or something like that, which is weird. Why not just call it the green salsa burrito?
You know who wants to see this, right?
Weird.
Yep, there he is.
The Mexamelt and the Gordita Supreme. So we're going to try that whole menu live together tomorrow on stream.
Get him, gal.
Once we hit the goal. All right, so let's keep that momentum going.
Go get him.
Please support the stream if you can. How can you support the stream? There's so many ways. Remember, you could become a paid subs. At this point, I think we have 55 or 56. So there's still about 40 spots left to become part of the Founders Club and earn that badge that shows the number 1. I know that many of you have gotten gifted memberships and they're now expiring because now is my 1-month anniversary of streaming on Kick. So a lot of those initial gifted memberships or gifted subs are expiring. So you could become a sub yourself legit and earn that Founders Club badge now.
Yeah, there's like 900 of you that need to do that. So please step it up and please re-up your membership, please, that you were gifted.
Or you can give some subs over on Kick. Remember, if you give 25 subs or more, you join the VIP club.
Oh my God.
Which means you get another exclusive badge that only the first 100 people who do that can ever earn.
That sounds pretty cool.
And then, of course, lastly, you can tip. And tipping works for everyone because it's through PayPal. It's not through YouTube. It's not through Kick. So if you don't like YouTube or Kick and you're like, man, I want to support Phil, but forget those businesses, you can tip me through PayPal. And you can do that by checking the description of either stream. Has a link to it. You can type !tip into the chat if you're on the YouTube side, or you can check the About tab on the page if you're on the Kick side. All that information is there, all right? So please consider contributing in some way. Let's get that momentum going this morning. So far, we've got no contributions whatsoever.
We had one troll.
The morning is young. Please, let's get our first contributions in, and let's get the momentum going, okay?
The morning is young. The morning is young. Mike says, snood, earmuffs. Now, please don't tip. We'll see if we get one from Canada. You know who it is.
So what is the schedule for the week? Well, today is first stream to play Dragon Age Veilguard
I'll wait
and see
till
if I like it and see
when
if
he
you
starts
guys
the
like
politics,
it, okay?
I'll start the timer.
The first stream we did the other day, locking, new stuff with our teammates and things, that's kind of early game stuff. I'm really not necessarily sold on the game yet. At the same time, I'm not bored. I'm kind of like interested, but it's kind of like, okay, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's kind of middle of the road for me. So that's why I want to continue on today with the playthrough and see how it goes. Now, if by the end of today's stream, we're all bored to tears, I don't have to keep playing it. To be honest, it was gifted to me by the same viewer who gifted me the PS5 Pro, and they're aware that I did not commit to playing the whole game, but I would give it a shot. So after today, we'll be 7 hours in, and I think what we should do is assess what we think of the game after 7 hours. And decide if this is something that we want to keep playing as a playthrough, or if we want to dump it and do something else. We got Slitterhead that came out last week that we didn't play yet. We've got other games we can go back to that we've kind of had on hold. There's a lot of options right now. Seriously, a ton of options. So anyway, so that's today. And then tonight, on the late stream, 7 p.m. Pacific time, my first ever episode of
Starting timer.
DS Politics.
He fixed it.
So, DS Politics will be streamed exclusively on Kick.
Started timer.
On the DSP Gaming Reel channel. Okay? My first ever Kick exclusive stream. Every stream that I've done has been co-streamed over the last month. This is the first time I have a show specifically designed only for Kick. So hopefully, this will do two things. Number one, this will drive some viewership to my Kick channel. Because as you know, this last month, I've always streamed split. And because of that, all right, because I split the stream, what's happened is the viewership hasn't been great on Kick. At first, for the first few days, you got a couple hundred viewers. And after that, a lot of people gravitated right back to YouTube and said, I just want to watch Phil on YouTube, which is fine. I'm not sad or upset that people want to watch me on YouTube. That's where I've been for many, many years. And as I told you guys, when I started co-streaming, there was no way I was going to abandon my viewer base to stream on Kick and YouTube. I was going to basically co-stream. But man, it sure would help to start driving up viewership on Kick. Right now, I think my average views...
Be honest here.
Are only something around like 40 or something like that.
Yeah. No, afraid not. Afraid not. Unfortunately, it's more like 30.
Average viewers, it's like 40 something. And that's because, as you can see, when I stream on Kick, I only get between 30 to 50 viewers. Most people have stayed on YouTube for whatever reason. Now, I do have some viewers on Kick that are there just for Kick, and I appreciate that. I really do. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has been a Kick viewer over the last month. This is finally time for the Kick viewers to get something exclusive. I feel like some of the YouTube viewers are going to come over to Kick to watch. I also feel like some people won't want to make a Kick account, but are going to watch anonymously, right? And that's probably going to happen too.
Definitely.
Just so you know, even if you don't want to watch on Kick because you don't like Kick or whatever, you could still be a part of the show. Like some people were like, well, how will we talk to Phil if we're not in the Kick chat? Well, you could tip. If you tip me,
just give money. It's pretty simple. Give money. Then you can talk to me. Pretty simple.
You'll get a message that I can respond to during the show.
Okay.
So if you're watching on Kick and you want to support the show, you can become a sub, or you can give subs to the channel. Or if you want to contribute and you're not watching on Kick, you could tip and you could still be a part of the interactive show.
Okay,
just be sure to leave a message with your tip, obviously, for me to read out on said show.
Okay, so tipping is key. Gotcha. Big ups, Matthew. DSP's wife is a certified plate cleaner, says Matthew. That's toxic and thin ice. Big ups, Matthew. No exaggeration says DSP's lying. He had the fans delivered. He even said it on stream that he was waiting for those packages. Classic DSP over-exaggerating basic shit. Oh, yeah. He did say he got the fans delivered, didn't he? Interesting.
Okay, we have a few shout outs to do.
Oh, finally.
First of all, Toasty Chestnuts Real did or became a sub over on Kick.
Hell yeah.
And said, I'm subbing for DS Politics. Let's go. Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I'm curious, again, how many people will actually show up and support. Wow, my page is glitched again. And support DS Politics. I hope.
Remember, the bet with Snoot on Monday was over or under 200 average viewers.
Good amount. I hope that we get. I mean, I'll be honest. What's my goal? We can get 200 viewers.
There you go.
On Kick. I think that would be great. And you might say, well, that doesn't sound like a lot. Yeah, but it's also my first ever Kick stream. So.
This is the absolute peak, brother. This is the absolute peak. Tonight, whatever happens, tonight's going to be the peak.
I'm expecting that it's going to be a growth process where at first we'll get a few, and then we'll get more, and then we'll get more as the show grows. And people like
definitely.
It. So,
once you get the Sir Moist to shout outs, we get all the side scroller shout outs, all those people. Once they see how awesome a show it is, they'll be shouting it out, and it'll drive the viewership. Just wait, guys. It's going to be true. It's going to be true. Miniworm Jensen says that message better be on the back of a 10, dude. Yeah, if you want to be a part of the politics show, just tip. Then I can see what you say, okay?
Yeah, hopefully.
It's simple. Big ups to
people will show up tonight.
Jensen.
And thank you so much. That was Toasty Chestnuts. Thank you, Toasty Chestnuts.
Thank you, Toasty.
Now, Perry the White also just gifted 3 subs over on Kick. So thank you so much to Perry the White.
Come on, Perry. Pick it up.
I appreciate that very much. What I did is I clicked this. I should have clicked this. This is the animation for a true new sub. Why? I have no idea. I found this animation randomly in my animations, and I was like, oh, I've never used this before. So thank you to Toasty Chestnuts.
Okay, and why is it the weird filter on it?
I appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a sub, and thank you to Perry the White for the 3 gifted subs.
Let's get Perry the random green filter. That looks very cool. It's on theme.
Up on the leaderboard.
Makes you think about
Christmas.
Christmas.
Between those 2 contributions, that's about $20 of support so far today. So thank you guys very much for that. I have no idea why that crab is even in one of my animations. I don't remember. I know I never used it before. So there you go.
Davis Jr.
Okay. Also, hold on.
Hold on. Let me see if this is a troll or not. Hang on.
I have received a generous $30 tip from an anonymous tipper saying donating to feed the hungry in the kingdom of Philomania today. Thank you so very much to an anonymous $30 tipper. A very generous tip there.
Very generous.
Let's get you a nice animation.
Let's get you a nice animation.
Thank you very, very much. So, that means we are now up to $50.
That was Adam DB.
In contributions so far this morning. Thank you, thank you. All right. Cool, cool. All right, so. That crab was a meme 5 years ago. I remember seeing it. I don't remember what it's from. How do you get the founder's badge to show up? You must go to the identity area. I think it has something to do with that little gear at the bottom of the chat. You click on it, it has something to do with identity, and then you can check the badges that you want next to your name, and the founder's badge should be there. It should show a number 1 to show that you're a founder of the channel. So thank you so much, Toasty Chestnuts. So, tonight, on DS Politics, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, we're going to cover 3 important topics. Number 1, a mean text message that seems tied directly to the results of the recent presidential election here in the U.S. that's being sent to people, and mainstream media is covering it. Number 2, the actual analysis and reasoning behind why the Democrats lost the 2024 presidential election.
Get ready for that.
And then lastly, here locally where I live, they're doing food drives for Thanksgiving. But the local news has been running stories saying that if you're going to participate in the food drive...
They ran a single story, and I played the video on Tuesday. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I put a timestamp where it is. You want the real story of this.
Purchase heart-healthy foods and culturally appropriate cuisine.
Okay, I played the video on Tuesday. You know that's not true. Okay.
We will talk about this tonight on the show. Trust me, this is going to be 3 interesting topics that will be discussed on tonight's show. Okay, so hopefully you will join me tonight,
We're on
7
the clock,
p.m.
yes.
Pacific time. And hope
I did stop it for 2 minutes when he was talking shoutouts. That does not count. Right now we're up to 4 minutes of talking about politics.
hopefully you guys will support the stream. If it does well, obviously that motivates me to keep the show going. Now, what's going to happen is people are going to have input on the show moving forward. People who are actually submissions tier members on my DSP Reacts channel will be able to submit articles, videos, and topics for me to cover each week on the show that they find interesting or appropriate. You know, the bottom line is I can't follow all the news across the country, so people will be able to submit like local news stories and things like that for me to look at and address and pick out.
Bottom line,
that might
Bell,
be good for
rare.
the show. And of course, I'll be following the bigger issue stuff like what Trump's up to and stuff like that. So should be great. I'll be following the bigger issue stuff like what Trump's up to and stuff like that. So should
What Trump's up to.
be great every week on DSP Politics, or I should say
great,
on
dude.
DS
Should be great.
Politics. Okay, so let's have a great first show tonight. I hope you'll all join me over on Kick. What I'll be doing is actually making clips from the show, and the clips will be then uploaded to DSP Reacts. So there's going to be highlight videos over the course of the week of the show. Yes, the idea is that it's going to be a weekly show. However, it's highly dependent on how it goes. If the show goes well and a lot of people like the idea, then we'll do it weekly. The show doesn't do so well, or maybe people aren't really submitting topics and it's a little harder to put stuff together, then maybe I'll do it bi-weekly. We'll see. But I'm very excited. Tonight's basically the pilot episode, and I'm excited to see what happens. So I hope you'll join me for that. Okay? All right. Little PP Energy says, what about his cabinet picks? That's what everyone's talking about. It is interesting news. However, for this week, I just want to cover more generalized and topics for, kind of broader range stuff. And then
Yeah, not the shit everyone's talking about. You know the shit everyone's talking about? We're not going to cover that. Actually, I'd rather not. You know, it's not necessary. Who gives a shit about the stuff that... Who gives a shit about the things that are happening today and yesterday? We're going to do the things that happened last week. Okay? Make sense?
we can get to more specific stuff probably next time, because I agree these are interesting stories about who he's picking for his cabinet, but he's not even done yet, right? So maybe we wait till the cabinet's selected, then we can talk about each pick. So there you go.
We're going to do that 2 weeks late, too, then. Big up Splody Jesus. In before Singapore politics. Oh, God, yeah, can you imagine if Slayer puts in some Singapore politic vids?
Okay. So, good stuff tonight. Tomorrow, we're back to a full day of gaming.
I'm calling it right there, by the way. That was 6 minutes of politics, but I will keep the clock going. If we come back to it, I will add to it. But we have a 6 minutes and 10 seconds so far on my clock. It wasn't exact, but, you know, around there. We'll see, though. He might bring it back. Don't worry.
The first stream tomorrow will be the conclusion of Life is Strange Double Exposure. I can't wait to see how it ends. The game has not been bad, except for a certain half hour where they decided to absolutely shove progressive themes of love and...
yeah, love that. Oh, God, yes. You know that famous progressive idea? Love? When you've never had a romantic relationship in your life, you might think love is progressive, wouldn't you? You know? Yeah, the progressive theme of love. I want to know why love is woke.
Of progressive themes of love and smash or pass all of your friends and teachers, which was absolutely fucking bizarre.
Like no one did that? Like no one played Smash or Pass with their teachers? We didn't call it that back in the day. But holy shit, man, that's the main activity.
Smash or pass all of your friends and teachers, which was absolutely fucking bizarre. There was just
That's pretty much every second of my high school experience, by the way.
segment.
Internally, most of the time. But
outside of that segment, the rest of the game, the story's been interesting. I'm very excited to see how it ends with the this mystery, murder and intrigue and dimensional shape, jumping and shape shifting and all kinds of shit.
I want to know what love is. You still haven't told me. And how about you're my wife?
Shit is going on. So I can't wait to see how that ends tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the late stream is the return of Friday Night Fights, where on the late stream I'll be playing fighting games. And I'm currently undecided if I should play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or Street Fighter 6. Honestly, I think either would work because I haven't played fighting games in a while. Quite frankly, I don't think anyone really has a specific preference. Reason being, a poll was posted on my channel a few days ago, and it's almost right down the middle. I think it's like 52, 53% for Street Fighter 6 and like 46, 47% for Marvel 2. So
That would be in the middle.
It's negligible. It doesn't really matter. So I hope that you guys will join me for that tomorrow night. I'm off from streaming on Saturday. Okay. Then next week, there's no React content, meaning I am here for full days of gameplay pretty much all week long. We're going to have a major stream of Bloodborne one of those days, which will be exciting. Also, keep in mind, next week on Tuesday, Microsoft Flight Simulator releases. Yes, I will be playing it. I will be putting it into the rotation. I'm excited for it. It's a very chill game that we played years ago on the Xbox Series X. Now being able to play the new one on my gaming PC, it's going to look amazing. I cannot wait. It's going to be a great time. So good times ahead coming up, all right? One final thing. Warzone didn't...
What?
I had no... One final thing. Warzone. I had no idea, but apparently Warzone is releasing or has released today in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's weird because the game didn't fucking mention any. You know,
Okay.
this is weird. I had no clue. The way that I can maybe tell, and that should be good. So, thank you guys for everything. It's been a great streaming week. Today's going to be a great day. And, let's see how it goes. I'm really curious how DS Politics will go. I'm hoping for
Starting the timer again.
the best. People have asked me to branch out and do this kind of content for many years. Finally doing what you want. And I'm curious how it will go. I hopefully people will show up and engage and support, and we're gonna have a nice interactive, fun political show tonight. At the same time, it could be a dud. It could be that no one actually gives a shit, and it was just a bunch of people who are all being, you know, loud, but actually don't give a crap. I don't know.
That usually happens when you try new things after the first initial burst, right? No, what's really going to happen is today's going to be high viewership and high support because the new fucking thing, and you know, people that support DSP are very ooh shiny, you know, that style. You know what I mean? Not trying to be too toxic. Then he's going to think it's the hypest thing ever, right? And then he's going to do it for months after it's clearly done, but he'll keep doing it because that one time it was hype, you know, the first time. Then it's going to be like, you know, I don't know what happened, guys. I did it the same. I mean, same thing I've always done. You guys liked it the first week. What happened, you know? And then it's going to be a dying process for months, and then he's going to stop doing it.
Okay. Cool. All right, so we got through the schedule, folks. I think we should get into these news stories because I have like a million news stories to cover today.
All right, we just added 30 seconds to DSP Politics Talk on that one. We're up to 6 minutes and 40 seconds of Politics Talk.
Okay. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing today?
What's up, Game Boy? I got to get an animation of like one like bringing together, not like Transformer. One half is Game Boy and the other half is a Jade. Okay, so we have one half right now.
All right. Are we good? Shall we begin with the news segment?
Any other
which is
tips
going
you
to be
guys want to
lengthy
send?
today?
Or
Watch how I am anti-pot. I am.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that I'm anti-pot.
You have
That's
shown
interesting.
many times
That's a
you
new
are.
one. My stance on weed is as follows: if you want to smoke weed and you want to do it safely in the confines of your own home, legally, and you're doing it responsibly, more power to you. Same thing with drinking. Go ahead and drink. Same thing with anything. You know, have fun with a what do they call it? Recreational substance or whatever. As long as you're doing it responsibly, enjoy. What business is it of mine if you like pot or not? Why would I care?
Okay.
No, of course, where it carries over to the realm of me caring is these idiots who are literally doing it, smoking outside, publicly, driving, doing things they're not supposed to be doing when you're influenced by this substance. You know, that's fucked up. Now you're putting yourself and others at risk because you want to be high all day, and that I don't support. You know, same thing with drinking. You're supposed to drink and drive, so why are they smoke and drive? It fucking pisses me off.
Okay.
I witnessed, I talked about this a couple of years ago. My wife and I were in downtown of our local city where we live. There's a guy who was so...
Downtown pig. He is taking his mama wife to zoo.
Pot, and you know it probably wasn't pot or just exclusively pot. This guy was on some hard shit, right?
Yeah. Let me hear that again.
Wasn't pot or just exclusively pot. This guy who was so high, and you know it probably wasn't pot or just exclusively pot. This guy was on some hard shit, right? He's walking.
This guy was on some hard shit. You know it just wasn't pot. It was hard shit. Okay. Right. Philip is a drug connoisseur, so he knows all about the effects of what that person was on. Here we go. This is definitely true.
Down the street. And he looks like a normal guy. He doesn't look like a hobo or anything. He's like a normal person. He's dressed up fine. He is so high. He can't walk straight. He's scurrying like barely, like it looks like he's about to fall over. And there was a public trash can, a big one with a big open round metal top. The guy fell into the trash can face first.
Definitely happened, by the way. This is definitely real, and it definitely happened. Fell right into the trash can. Like fucking a Bugs Bunny cartoon. It really happened.
And his feet were dangling out
and
of
how do you know he wasn't drunk? That sounds more like a drunk thing, but okay.
Top of the trash can. We were both we were like staring in the car at this guy. We're like, what the fuck? He just flipped right in. He was so high. He just flipped right into the can. And everyone around was just looking at it like, that's what I mean. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's drug abuse that should not be tolerated. This guy is a harm to himself and everyone around him. He's so fucking high. But if you want to sit at home and smoke some weed, I don't give a shit. Do it. More power to you. I don't care.
Cool story. That was really real.
Based? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's real based. Basically, he was saying, I'm human garbage, and he threw himself out.
Yep, that's what he's saying.
Based, I guess. Yeah. Real based. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, all right. So, let's get to the news stories for today.
Nice pick. What'd you find?
Anyway, all right. So,
how was that? What would you rate that?
Real based.
This is based. Would you rate this
anyway,
pick based?
All right. So,
how's that looking? Is that based, or should that be in the trash, or you just gonna keep it in your hand or wipe it in your pants? Is that... Oh, okay.
Let's get to the news stories for today, shall we?
Definitely.
All right.
Or keep picking.
Okay.
That's fine, too.
Let's do this. Pretty good amount of news today. So,
here's the joke.
And here we are.
No joke today.
Our first story for today is a good news story. It's about game preservation and posterity. And I like hearing stories about this because sadly, as we all know, as games are getting older, a lot of games that we grew up with are becoming way harder to access and play. For example, right now, I could probably name 5 to 10 games that I loved from back in the, PlayStation 1 era, but they're just not available to play right now unless, number one, you're emulating them.
Yeah.
Or number two, you have some kind of crazy retro game collection that costs thousands of dollars, isn't easy to maintain and play anymore on modern equipment. You know what I'm saying?
So you can emulate it then. Gotcha.
Basically.
Easy. Yep.
Posterity and preservation is an important thing with gaming these days. All right? In regards to PC gaming, it's getting even worse because what's happened is a lot of PC games no longer run on modern setups, or a lot of older PC games had bizarre kinds of copy protection that you couldn't bypass. So there's games right now that were made like the 2000s that you can't even play at all because there's no way to actually get past the screen that protects it from piracy. Like what would happen there? You know, that sucks. So what GOG is doing, they are doing a special initiative called the GOG Preservation Program. This is going to be a way where they're going to take classic games and they're going to basically kind of update them. They're not remastering them. It's not like, oh, the visuals are better, the game is improved. It's just these games now are being tweaked so you can actually run them on a modern PC. So that's pretty cool. And actually, they already have a listing of something like 100 games. Take a look.
Theme Hospital hype. It's not like a classic, but it's definitely fun. I'll say that. Swaggy Davis Jr. says, Phil needs to stop using young people terms. Oh, that's based. Base comment there, Swaggy Davis Jr.
Theme Hospital.
Theme Hospital's based.
Dungeon Keeper 2.
Dungeon Keeper 2 never played.
Empire Earth.
Never played.
Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I mean, these are games that were absolute classics when they were out ages ago. But then there hasn't been a SWAT. I remember all
System Shock based.
SWAT series, the SWAT games. I think I played
SWAT 4. I just know Spoonie played. Is that the game Spoonie played?
SWAT 2. I can't remember which one it was. Classic Diablo. Right? These games
Fallout New Vegas
access
based
because they've been all effed up. So now you can get them on GOG and they have everything enabled. They work fine. No more of this baloney
Don't all these... I'm pretty sure all 3 of these games you can play right now, right?
stuff
Is that just
where,
me,
oh,
or-
the game has copy protection or the game's not compatible with your current PC and stuff
These are
like
bad
that.
examples, right?
It's going to be a good thing for gaming, I feel. And if preservation stories, here's some of the games right here. The Resident Evil bundle, all the
thank
classic
God.
Resident Evils that play like the PS1 editions, but now can be played on PC, right? One of my biggest gripes is like old console games like PS1. Most of those games aren't even accessible anymore. Like there's no way to play them. It sucks. So I hope that a lot of these classic games will make it into this listing. So it's something to keep an eye on. They just launched this initiative. It's 100 games to start, and they're saying that they're going to be adding more games over time. If you're a PC gamer, this is probably something that should interest you, especially if it's something that you've done for a while. You know, and now, oh man, I missed these old games. Look, System Shock 2, they got listed there. I didn't even...
If a game is not available, some way to buy it, you know, this is what you do. This is what you'd fucking do. Oh, come on, you. It's pretty simple, right? If a game is not available to play normally, you just start this up. If it's not available to play,
You see that one before.
Pirate Era has begun, boys. Break it out.
So that's good stuff, okay? Excellent.
If it's available to buy, though, please buy it.
Shout out to Rare Tricks. Rare Tricks just gifted a sub over on Kick. It went to Doodle Bear. Congrats, Doodle Bear, and thank you, Rare Tricks, for your support this morning. With that gifted sub, we're up to $55 of support on today's stream. Thank you so very, very much. Appreciate that a lot. Okay. Our next story.
Well, that one was great. Hope we keep up that streak going of great stories.
I keep screwing up. Here it is. Our next story this morning.
All right, yep.
Is in regards to Naughty Dog. In an interview with Ken Levin, Neil Druckmann, as you know, he is the head of Naughty Dog now, said that there are some updates regarding a new Naughty Dog game that's coming out next. It's been in development since 2020. Sony's going to announce it whenever they see fit. Basically, you know, they're ready to announce it and talk about it, but it's Sony's choice. He is the director of the game. Sony is not interfering with the work
Remember we heard about Neil Druckmann today, remember?
whatsoever. They're allowing him to have free creative reign of the game.
Earlier today we heard about
He's looking forward
Druckmann.
to revealing it to the world again when Sony's ready. And formerly, it was said that the game is likely a new IP. This is not going to be The Last of Us 3, but something different
Oh
that
my God.
I guess no one's really expecting.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's what that means.
So here's the thing. If you like Naughty Dog and you like Neil Druckmann and what he's done with this game studio in the last 5+ years, this is probably great news, right? However, I would like to direct your attention to the comments on this post from this morning. I swear to you, I don't edit anything here on the show. Just take a look at the first comments. If he's the director of the new IP, I think I'll pass. I enjoy Druckmann's games, but I just much rather see someone else, see, another talent at Naughty Dog taking charge as well.
That has 6 likes. 6 likes and 1 retweet. Okay. Well, that's clearly a behemoth of an opinion there. The whole gaming world will take notice of this opinion. Great.
Well, I mean, it's true.
Uh-huh.
Druckmann has directed everything that they've been doing recently. So it's kind of like his studio. What about other people? When do they get a shot? You know, sometimes having other creative voices make products feel a little different rather than just more of the same. So maybe that's a good point. Glad to hear that they don't interview.
Yeah, we're reading all the blue check marks. Come on. Yeah, it's just the paid blue check marks.
Artists should be left to honing their
Oh,
craft.
God. These are one of Phil's people.
Give us another 10 out of 10, Neil. So we do have some fans of Neil Druckmann here.
Yeah, well, it's got 1 like. This guy's popping off. This is doing numbers.
Not interested. I bet it will be diverse and inclusive. It's going to suck. It'll be gay and pretentious.
Oh,
thank God at least it's a
funny
new
Philip?
IP. I'm skeptical with him in charge, but a new IP is good. Pretty sure it confirms it will definitely be the new IP if it was in development since 2020. Now,
We are reading responses to tweets right now, and we're not even talking about, like, tweets that got a little traction. These got 1 or 2 likes.
Here's an interesting one. I was actually waiting for a comment like this. Ready? After the whole Factions 2 catastrophe, wouldn't you think it'd be a bit eager to show people what they're working on? it's got to be in some kind of showable shape if they've been working on it for 4 years plus.
Thank you, Ye Greek. Yes, me and 2 other people on Earth agree with your take.
So if you don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, God. Yes, Ye Greek.
When The Last of Us 2 was releasing, it was supposed to have a multiplayer mode. It was actually originally advertised and sold as a game that had a multiplayer mode, just like The Last of Us 1 had a multiplayer mode. Okay? During development, while people already...
Oh, and if you think DSP Politics is going to be hype, anybody still out there think it's going to be hype for even reasons we can make fun of it, this is what's going to happen tonight. I promise you, we're going to be reading articles and comments. Oh, yeah, this was interesting. I want to talk about this comment. Yeah, yes, they lost because they were not based. Yes, I agree with that comment.
He had pre-ordered the game, essentially, and were already sold on buying The Last of Us 2. Neil Druckmann came out and announced, oh, we're not going to be doing that anymore. We've decided that the multiplayer mode has become so hefty, so substantial. We're putting so much time, effort, and work into it that we're splitting it off from The Last of Us 2, and we're going to sell it as a separate game. Now, I know that originally we promised you that Last of Us 2 was going to have this multiplayer mode, but hopefully you understand we want this to be the best product possible, and that's just not possible as part of Last of Us 2. Please buy Factions 2 when it releases as its own individual game later down the road. And the fans of Naughty Dog 100% gave Neil Druckmann the benefit of the doubt. They said, you know what? This guy's put out good games before. We trust him. If he says this, he must be telling the truth. We see no issue with this. Yes, we will pay money for a full-fledged multiplayer game because we liked the multiplayer so much in Last of Us 1 and we're craving more. Let's have him work on that separate, and let's just have Last of Us 2 come out and be its own game, like a narrative single-player game. So some people saw it as a bait and switch. I sure did, because, again, Last of Us 2 had been advertised as a game that was going to get multiplayer. All right, so let's here's or and we're 2. When we bought The Last of Us 2, it was supposed to be a single-player game with multiplayer just like the first one. Then you sold us the lie that you were going to make the multiplayer better in its own separate game, and we bought the lie. We said, all right, benefit of the doubt. Now you're screwing us. We paid for Last of Us 2 and only got the narrative. We didn't get the multiplayer, and now you're not ever going to give us the multiplayer. We were even willing to pay for it, and you're still not going to give it to us? No. So he lied, essentially. What it is I feel he thought the meat of Last of Us 2 was going to be his narrative. That's what it was. It wasn't really based on the gameplay elements. It wasn't based on the sound design. It wasn't based on the locations or the environments. It was based on his narrative. That's what he...
You're telling me the Last of Us 2 is a narrative-based game?
That was the most important part. What is there not any of in a multiplayer game? Narrative. So because there was no narrative involved with Factions 2, he didn't give a fuck about it. He had people work on it, and after a while, he realized, man, it's going to be too expensive. It's going to be too much of a work and undertaking. And I want to get back to making my narrative again. So we have to get back to that. So fuck this game, and he canceled it. Do you really think that the game devs working on the game wanted to see all their hard work get canceled and just thrown away? Of course not. They want their game to come out. But that's Neil Druckmann. He's an egomaniac. He controls his studio based on his own desires and whims, and because his games have sold, he gets to do that. Sony plays hands off. Hey, if his games sell, we don't give a shit. So he's over there throwing his power around, making his employees likely feel like shit because they just made a game that probably was playable fine. And he's like, wait, there's no narrative in this. Fuck this game, shit cannon. Well, fuck you, Neil. How about you make good games first and worry about pushing your narrative second?
Just to extrapolate on this logic, let's say the game was horrible and then he canceled it. Let's say the opposite world. The game sucked, but he didn't cancel it. And Neil Druckmann, how could you release this game? You knew it was shit, right, Neil? This is Neil. They need new leadership. So they should have just released a stupid game? I don't know. Wesley H says, something I agree with very strongly. He's using Twitter replies as a shield for not having to voice his own opinions and only highlighting the ones that agree with his dumb ideals. Yep. You don't have to think if you just go off Twitter replies. It's very easy.
So, quite frankly, I don't really like the guy. I think you guys know this. Ever since Last of Us 2, this guy's true colors were shown.
Yeah, he made 2 girls kiss in a game.
The way he behaved around that game and everything, just absolutely despicable. And it just continues to this day, right? So when you say to me, oh, look at this. He's the director. I was hoping it would be someone else. Nothing against him after part 2 and focusing on Last of Us show. Oh, the TV show. I would hope he wouldn't be the director of the next game. Exactly.
Exactly. So person with 10 followers, yes.
Basically happened is now.
I agree with that.
People know that Naughty Dog is actually Neil Druckmann Studios. Like, they should just call it that. They should actually rename it Neil Druckmann Studios.
Interesting. Punisher Zagna says the actual story is the devs themselves pushed to have it canceled, had the work pulled in a different project. Bungie looked at it and said it sucked. They made the right move. There you go.
Because that's all it is. He's taken a studio that used to be around franchises, right? I mean, take a look at the poster here.
Look at the poster.
Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Ellie and Joel. Crash Bandicoot. Jak and Daxter. Now you could just delete this picture and just put a face of Druckmann there, and that's Naughty Dog now. Whatever Druckmann says goes. Druckmann is in charge. Druckmann's narrative, Druckmann's initiative, Druckmann. Let me give you guys a news flash, all right?
Here comes the clip, guys. Get ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, no one likes Neil Druckmann. Even Hollywood. He made the Last of Us TV show, and then he went to Hollywood. And he thought, oh, I'm going to be like lauded and applauded, and I'm going to be invited to direct all these new projects. And that never happened. He literally went to one of these media events, stood on the red carpet. No one took his picture because no one knew who the fuck he was, and nobody.
Okay. So this is a meme that said Neil Druckmann appeared at the Golden Globes, but no one seemed to care about his presence. This was a meme that was definitely not true. People took his picture. That was a meme that was posted on Twitter. It was one image where you could see there's no people taking his picture, and there you go. But there we go.
Nobody gave a shit. Neil Druckmann is a wannabe. He wants to be a ultra leftist liberal Hollywood guy, but no one likes him. So what's funny is he gets over making these games, but no one gives a fuck about him in the big scheme of things. Only his most big fanboys of his games. That's about it. And now he has an entire studio that he's basically controlling. And now a studio that used to make this amount. You want to talk about real diversity, right? Mm-hmm. Here's your diversity: an action platformer, a horror game, a platformer, an action platformer. They were making diverse, interesting games. Now what do they make? We don't even know.
Yeah.
We literally don't even know.
So we are literally bitching about something we don't even know about yet.
What the next game is. Because he ruined his fucking studio because he's an egomaniac. Before Naughty Dog was in control of Druckmann, it was a much better studio that made much better, more diverse games.
Okay.
Now it's all about whatever Druckmann wants, he gets. It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
It really is. Sony shouldn't give him free reign to do whatever he wants. They should be paying attention to this guy. Because what is this next game that he's making exactly? Is it anything anyone's going to want? Or is it another narrative-based, push-it-down-your-throat bullshit game? And that, he'll polarize the audience again with his rhetoric. And then he'll get people rallying behind it and buying it for the feel-goods instead of actually, because it's good.
So now you're saying the game Last of Us sucks now. It's really weird he's saying this because he said he likes Last of Us too, right? Like, what?
Which is a shame because we know Naughty Dog can make good games. They've made many good games before.
That's what I'm saying about Starsky.
Neil instead makes it all about himself and his cringy fucking politics and shit instead of making good video games. Last of Us 2 is a fine game. Why did we have to hear so much bullshit about politics when it came out? Because Neil had to make the whole game about that. It's his fault. No one else. He was the director. He was the one who created all the media frenzy on social media about it and everything. A buy of Last of Us 2 is sticking it to the bigoted trolls. It's fucking stupid. So yeah, I'll be honest. I don't like this guy. I just don't. I think that he's an asshole. I think that he needs to prove that he can make good games again. And
he's making games that sell a fuck ton.
Hasn't done that in a very long time. When this new IP comes out, I'm very interested. What is it? What kind of game is it? It better not be another third-person action game that plays just like Uncharted or just like Last of Us, and then he just shoves his fucking politics into it. It better be a good game. Because at this point, I think the veil is being removed, and people are realizing he ain't God's gift to gaming, right? He made this fucking TV show, and it was cringe half the time because the themes were changed. The game, there weren't even fucking zombies in a zombie TV show. Like, what the hell was he thinking?
Zombies?
So let's see what happens. All right. I mean, I want Naughty Dog to come back. I don't want Naughty Dog to go into obscurity because this one asshole is at the helm.
Right.
But at this rate, especially with the way things are going, because let's be honest, as I said, in culture and in life, the pendulum swings. Correct. At one point, the pendulum was all the way over here. But guess what? We just had an election, and now the pendulum is swinging all the way back.
Oh my God.
No one's going to...
This is politics starting early today. I'm not counting this, though.
Buy his bullshit narrative again. So he's better
Yes,
make
you
a good
will. Yes, you will. Probably multiple versions of it.
fucking game this time, or he's fucked. And then so will Naughty Dog be, and that's not right, because those game developers are good at what they do, and they shouldn't be dragged down into the mud with this asshole.
Okay.
Okay. That's my opinion. Let's continue, folks. We have many stories to cover today.
No shout-outs, though. You know, he looked there for a shout-out, didn't find it. Because Magoo says, Uptown Ping. There we go. NW News says, DSP Gaming hates gaming, loves tips, justifies expectations for tipping him by devoting an hour of lazy and vapid dribble to an audience of speds who couldn't care less. Successful business, guys! Big ups, NW News. And that's the craziest point, because how many of these people in here give a shit about DSP's takes on the gaming industry? Very, very, very few. They want to sit there with their bucket of crayons, and Philip plays games. And that's the beginning and end of it, and he makes shit jokes. That's what they're there for. You know what I mean? But as you can see by his clips that don't include words that people are searching for, they all get less than 1,000 views because no one gives a fuck. Swaggy Davis Jr. says, Druckmann. Man, I gotta be a Druckmann, man.
Face is beautiful.
Druckmann. I gotta be a Druckmann. Druckmann. I don't want to be Mr. Druckmann. Hosky says, listen to this fucking BJ rant about someone's art after saying nobody has a right to criticize me anymore after lying and stealing for years. Correct, Hoskew. Thank you, Sir Hoskew. Wesley H says, no one's going to like Naughty Dog now because of pendulum swinging and Trump winning, which makes sense if you're a massive regard with no friends. Your days are numbered, Naughty Dog. Trump's president, bitch. Pendulum. Big ups, everybody. Thank you.
The fuck is this? This is funny. Our next story.
What?
The fuck is this? This is funny.
I wonder what he saw.
Our next story concerns Bethesda workers going on strike because of Ghost Versatile and Delicious Whey Protein. Oh, shit. Got distracted by an ad. Sorry. No.
Great joke.
Bethesda workers go on strike against Microsoft. After failing to reach a new deal with Microsoft, Bethesda's QA workers are staging a brief strike and demanding better terms. This is interesting because they just formed a union over there. It's like they just formed the union. Yeah. And now that the union is formed, they're immediately taking advantage of it and going on a strike. So let's read this. Last year, quality assurance workers at Bethesda and ZeniMax Studios formed ZeniMax Workers United, the largest certified video game union in the United States. Now that union is putting its collective power to a test with a brief strike against Bethesda. Remember,
the play tonight, by the way, guys? Sorry to pause it again. If anyone's has some SOK accounts ready, the play tonight is not to ask insane stuff. It's to ask normal things about, what do you think about the Electoral College, Philip? That kind of stuff. That's the play to get the most fun out of tonight, I believe. It's just ask normal questions. Extremely normal questions. Like, you could, I'm trying to think of another, like, extremely basic shit. Like, do you agree that the Senate, the Senate has 2 representatives from every state? Do you think that should be changed in any way, since some states have massively more population, Philip? What do you think about that?
ZeniMax's parent company, Microsoft, they've been attempting to negotiate a deal with Microsoft over remote work requirements, while also limiting the number of outsourced QA workers who could be brought in on Bethesda's projects. Union didn't say who Microsoft is outsourcing.
Rank choice voting. That's a good one. What do you think about rank choice voting? Whatever the fuck that's called. Where you choose your top 3 picks or whatever. That's a good one. Punisher Zagnan House says, only DSP would think that a Republican win an election would magically make things unpopular. Most people don't pay attention to politics. If you live, the only way you think that is if you live on Twitter. That is it. And some people that live on Twitter think everything is affected by that, but
QA work too. But it accused the company of ignoring requests to negotiate.
Yeah, which is your favorite branch of government.
First proposal again and again. It's become obvious our different mobilization tactics have not worked. QA test lead Rihanna Eichner. Wow, that's a hard last name to pronounce. Eichner.
Yeah, filibuster. That's good.
I feel bad for her. Eichner Sid. So what? The one worked. QA test lead Rihanna.
I checked out. What?
Eichner. Wow, that's a hard last name to pronounce. Eichner Sid. I feel bad for her. Eichner Sid.
You feel bad for her. Okay.
So,
because of her
the
name.
one-day strike was called in an attempt to make Microsoft more receptive to addressing the union's concerns. Striking isn't fun or ideal, but there's a satisfaction in having a concrete physical action we can do to fight for better work conditions. Hopefully we can convince them to stop dragging their feet and meet us at the table. So, here we go. Many of the QA testers were hired during
Here we go. Let me keep reading because I don't know what I'm talking about.
COVID. When remote work was more prevalent, Microsoft current requirements call for QA workers to be in the office 2 days a week. Union is asking for a more flexible remote policy. Okay. First off.
Hang on, let me keep going here. Because fictitious, his life is honestly a Black Mirror episode. Ooh, that's a good thumbnail idea. A Black Mirror one. I could probably pull that off.
I want to make it
Big up,
clear that I
fictitious.
do
Thank
stand
you.
for workers' rights. Okay?
Okay.
I feel that workers...
I want to make it clear. I do stand for workers' rights. Okay? Make that be known. Okay, go ahead, Philip.
particularly in the United States, have been mistreated many, many times by big corporations. And I think that if there's a chance that workers can get more rights or get treated more fairly, I'm 100% for it, okay? But now that I'm reading this article, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't read the article before today. I wanted to read it live and give you my honest thoughts. I have a question.
Yeah, please.
They only work in the office 2 days a week, and they think that's too much. Wait, what? They only have to work 2 days a week in their office, and they're complaining that
Philip, how many days from home do you work from home?
That's too much. They need more time for remote work. Really?
How many days do you work from home, Philip? Oh, I'll just conversely, how many days a week do you leave your home?
The other thing that I'm finding very funny about this is they said they're going to go on a one-day strike, okay? I don't think they understand the concept of a strike. Just so you guys know the way...
They're trying to be amicable about it. They're saying we could do worse, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do a one-day strike to hopefully get you serious about it. Come on.
Strike works is they say, hey, we refuse to work unless you give in to our demands. All right? They're trying to get more, fair working conditions or better pay or whatever it is. Sometimes there's a contract that's being negotiated. If you say, we're going on strike, but it's only for 1 day, then that's not effective because they already know, your company already knows you're going to be back the next day.
This dude, man, this dude is extremely out of touch with how the world works, as you're seeing right now. NW News says he visits an IRS-approved office, ALT. Come on, that is true. He does have to at least send letters to that office.
Okay, we're going to miss 1 day of work. Big deal. Is that really that big of a deal? No.
It is.
A strike only works if you actually say, we refuse to report to work until you give us what we want.
Okay.
And the thing is, that's a sacrifice. Because when people are on strike, they're usually not getting paid. So they're giving up pay in order to hopefully improve their situation long-term as they continue to work at the company after the strike's over. 1 day makes no sense at all. It's literally going to be the most ineffective strike ever held. You're not supposed to give them the dates and times you're on strike. You're supposed to say, we're on strike until we get better shit.
A lot of people in chat are pushing back. Even
it's bizarre.
1 day of work is a lot to miss. It's a very big deal. Cost a bunch of money, dude. Everyone in his chat is revolting except for the real specials.
After the strike began, Microsoft issued a statement affirming the company's willingness to listen and address their concerns. So did they give in?
They're going to talk
Let's
about it.
Let's take a look at some of these wonderful people on strike.
We got to make fun of their looks now? For what, Philip? What's your comment? We're going to fat shame? Yeah, what are you going to say now?
Let's go back to the article.
Yeah, are you going to make fun of how they look? Is the question in chat I see? What are we laughing at exactly? What could we possibly be laughing at here?
Let's go back to the article.
What are we picking up on here?
Let's go back to the article.
Yeah, Philip would look so out of place here. He would look like an Adonis compared to these people. Look at these out-of-shape losers. They look nothing like the Adonis on the top right of your screen. His moves would not even be recognizable here. They look so great in the sunlight. Was that the
Let's
joke?
go back to the article.
All right.
I don't have to say a word.
Yes, you do. What are you talking about?
I don't have to say a single word. All I had to do was click on the pictures.
Yeah. Are you going to make fun of how they look? Is that it?
Anyway, so
I don't get
I'm
the
curious
joke
what your
otherwise.
thoughts are on this. I'll be honest. If they were fighting for better pay, if they were fighting for like, you know, oh, we all got laid off and that's not fair. No, they're fighting for we only work in the office 2 days a week, and that's too much for us.
I don't believe that's the only thing. The Camping Dutchman says, "Did you see that face he pulled?" Yeah, it's.
We need more time away. Now,
Yeah, Monty.
perhaps,
Okay, both sides of his chat are calling him out now. What's how they look got to do with it? What's was wrong with the pictures?
the outsourcing is a problem.
He's not going
All
to
right?
respond though.
But look, the union didn't say who Microsoft is outsourcing QA work to, but it accused the company of ignoring requests to negotiate. Negotiate what?
I don't think so. Danny
You don't
Darko,
have the
he does not
evidence
have
of
a mirror.
anything.
Big ups.
They're complaining about outsourcing, but then they say they won't talk about the outsourcing.
And they wanted
So,
more.
do you have evidence
as
that they're
Theo just said,
outsourcing work?
they're asking for more flexible schedules, not more days off.
Work and your workers are losing their jobs? But what are you talking about? Can you explain? No. I at first thought when I covered this story, I was going to be like 100% on the side of the workers. But now that I read the story, I'm just like shaking my head like, what the fuck did they think they're doing? It's going to be the most ineffective thing ever done in the attempt to improve working conditions. A one-day scheduled strike where they're going to get right back to work, complaining they're only working 2 days a week in the office, and that's too many, and then complaining about outsourcing, but they don't have any evidence that it's existing. The one thing I will say...
Okay, yeah, please.
I have heard that QA in gaming is an unforgiving job and really doesn't get a lot of credit or a lot of pay. I've actually heard that these people don't make that much. Now, I actually don't know. I've never been into QA, but I was told, years ago when I started on...
There's not much you've been, and there definitely is not that much you've been that you have been fired from. Wesley H says he obviously has a problem with picking fat people because he told everyone his wife came back on stream. It wasn't a pregnancy announcement. Guys, she's not pregnant, okay? I don't get why people are saying that.
On YouTube, right? People were like, Phil, you always find all the bugs in games. Why don't you become a QA tester? And I looked into it and I was like, yeah, QA testers get paid like minimum wage and they have shitty hours. And so you're not even guaranteed that you're going to have work at any given moment. And it's very unforgiving work where you're just painstakingly replaying the same stages 5 zillion times looking for bugs and issues. You're trying to purposefully break a game to find what would break it. And it's not very fun, right? Like, when I find a game bug, it's usually I'm playing a game and something hilarious happens that's obviously unintentional or unexpected. To them, they have to find these things, and that's their whole existence. That doesn't sound fun to me, It's not, people think of it, oh, QA testers, that's like an amazing job. You get to sit there playing video games all day. You get to play new games early.
Philip has a big handle on this job position. Yep, that's exactly what they do all day.
I bet it really is like unforgiving, shitty-ass work.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob.
Very tedious and annoying work, I bet. So...
J-Dog says, meanwhile, he hasn't worked an honest day since 2009, and even that's pushing the definition of work. Yep. Could only find a job with daddy's company.
Lady Charisma says, as someone who works remote for a company who used to demand we be in the office 3 days a week, it was found more work got done. I can't speak for all, but that's my experience. Lady Charisma, do you mean more work got done when you were in the office, or more work got done when you were remote?
Reading comprehension, when she was remote.
Which are you arguing for? Because I don't have any evidence either way. I'm a
work on the reading comprehension skills.
I'm just trying to understand.
We'll get there someday.
Why people would be arguing against in-office performance.
Try reading a book sometime.
When it's only 2 days a week. Remote. So you're saying better work got to be done from home.
Games break DSP, not the other way around.
In certain industries and certain kinds of work, probably the remote work does make more sense. Probably. And then some doesn't. I guess really you'd have to have an evaluation of the work. can we sit down and analyze how much work are they getting done at home versus how much work are they getting done in the office? If they're actually getting more work done at home, why wouldn't you want them
That's what
to work
she's
from
saying.
home?
Okay.
Right?
Okay, so now
WhoaMoses says,
now which side are we on now?
the
What?
push for workers to return to offices is to bolster the commercial real estate industry. It's a house of cards. I have heard that when COVID happened, a lot
What
of
side are we
offices
on now?
closed. A lot of commercial real estate basically failed because no one needed it anymore. And now what's happened is they want the industry to
Why don't these companies get it? People work harder when they're not in the office.
come back, so they're just saying, you got to get back to the office. It's like, yeah, but for what?
2 days a week? They can't even do that? That's a bit much.
I'm doing all my work
We said both of those things.
from home. I'm completing all my work. Why do I need to be in the office? Too bad. Just come to the office. So you can't even justify it. You just want me there physically as a body, but you can't even tell me why. It used to be, the argument used to be that when you have people working remotely from home, there's
Okay.
no supervision. So these people could be goofing around half the day and actually could have been producing twice as much work, but you just don't know, because there's no one watching them. If they're in the office, you can supervise them, make sure they're doing their jobs,
It's all about production. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
Maybe
You guys already know what he's saying is stupid.
that's the argument. But
There
do
are
they have
different
any,
ways to rate how much work someone is doing. It's not just watching their monitor. But okay, anyways. Greedo the Green says he can't vote because he is regarded. This proves it.
evidence to back that up? Could be like the movie Office Space, right?
Oh, definitely
Where people
Office
just fucking
Space.
around half the day on purpose because they just don't give a shit about their jobs.
Yep.
They're-
Can't do that in an office, though, can ya? I'll tell you right now, I fucked around when I worked inside a bank way more than I do now. Because now, the exact minutes I work is how much money I get. But when I was an hourly worker at the office, holy shit, I'm making sure everything takes a while. You can bet your sweet ass if a job is supposed to take 5 minutes, well, that's an hour.
they're just
That job's supposed to take 2 minutes, well, that's 2 hours.
gruntled management and everything. They just don't care. So they're
It's
just
pretty simple math.
basically like, hey, do the bare minimum. Who knows? But the thing is, we don't have the data. Like, the one piece of data that would have been interesting in that story is, hey, here's the statistics of how Microsoft has outsourced half of the QA team, and that's what they're upset about. When they were asked for the data about outsourcing, they said, we can't comment. We have nothing. So what are you talking about? Are you making stuff up? Or are you just guessing? Like, that's not very effective to protest against with a strike then, is it? Right? Lady
NWO News says DSP jerks off on stream while working from home. Now, that's a benefit. That's a benefit to working from home. You can jerk off. Moron has a good point. He feels like he's on the verge of discovering an opinion and then he just misses it. Or he doesn't know how he feels in the beginning at all. So when someone says a comment that's against it, he just instantly is like, well, hold on a second. Maybe I think that now. Because I think he doesn't have an opinion from the start. You know what I mean? From the start, he has no opinion. He kind of tries to find it along the way sometimes. Sometimes he has an opinion from the beginning, I know, but... Father Time in the house says, just got banned like a little bitch on Kick for asking for normal questions. Keep an eye out for my sock. My Czech heritage. Big ups. Okay, gotcha.
Test against with a strike then, is it? Right? Lady Christmas says most companies make you install a watchdog program when you do remote work.
Too.
So that way they're watching, making sure that you're doing your job. Interesting.
Interesting, yes.
Okay. Continuing on, we have many more stories to cover, folks.
Continue on. Hope that you love that one. I laughed at people for still not sure the reason. Okay.
Our next story involves the Game Award.
That was a great one, though, obviously.
So, the Game Awards are about to announce...
Get iJustine in there, please.
Their Game of the Year nominees, and other nominees as well, this coming Monday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that means the nominees will be out, and we'll be able to talk about them on Monday's Level 1 podcast.
Oh, no argument there,
Now,
Slatteran.
FYI, the Game Awards only covers games up to a certain point. So sadly, I hate to say it, how can they announce nominees when games such as Microsoft Flight Simulator, Stalker 2, Marvel Rivals, Indiana Jones, and more have not released yet this year? How do you know if they're good? How do you know if they could be Game of the Year contenders? The answer is...
You don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
And it's basically a broken system. This has been something that I've been criticizing the Game Awards for many years. they close off their nominations before the end of the year. And they do it on purpose because they did research and found out that award shows like this will perform best during this particular season because of the holidays and ad revenue.
Yeah, so it's almost like that's the best idea to keep award show going, isn't it?
This show is more profitable doing it that first week of December than it would be. Actually, it's the second week of December this year. Than it would be if they delayed it till January, and then they could include all of the games that actually came out.
Here's another thing. You know, gaming awards don't fucking matter, just like all other fucking awards on this earth. Especially ones that are just chosen by random people. They don't mean anything. It's just people choosing stuff. And the only reason they're choosing stuff in the beginning is to sell more of the stuff.
In 2024. Now, the problem is the way that Jeff Keighley spins this. He says, oh, well, don't worry. Any games that come out after our nominations cut off can be eligible for next year. The problem is there's not been a single instance where a game that came out at the end of the year ever was considered or in contention for a game award. They always get forgotten.
Yes, definitely.
And that's bullshit. There are games that might be good coming out in the next month, and they deserve to be qualified for these awards like any other game.
Yep, they're qualified.
I don't get why they keep doing that. It's stupid.
Well,
it's just you will not remember a game from December of this year.
Reach out to Jeff Keighley and get him on the Level 1 podcast, please.
In November of next year. You won't even be thinking about it. It has to be within the last year for you to
Jeff
think about
Keighley
it.
on the podcast. I'm sure he'll be receptive. Send him a DM.
And have it be considered for a game award. And he doesn't do that because he's greedy. It sucks because I think Jeff Keighley's a good guy. I do think that his mind's in the right spot.
Oh my God, can you imagine if he might have actually, that could be someone he reached out to. Jeff Keighley, I don't know if you're aware, but I've covered you over the years many times, sometimes a little negative, but I'm in a bit of a resurgence right now, and I want to know if you'd like to come on my podcast, Level 1 Podcast. We can hash it out. Jeff Keighley's like, aren't you the guy that jerked off? Well, yeah, but I'm going through a bit of a resurgence if you haven't noticed.
You feel like he cares about the games industry. For sure. Okay? But I'm really sad that in this case, he does the wrong thing every year to get a bigger paycheck. Because that's the only reason he does it like this. If it was January, February, he'd have way less ads. He'd make way less money doing the show.
Yep.
Now it's in December, the holiday season. He could get tons of money for it. But then the awards essentially are not valid. But the problem is people think they are. And every year you hear, oh, did you hear what won Game of the Year? Did you hear what won Game of the Year? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The awards aren't official. This is not like, oh, the Oscars. This is what he wants it to be. He wants it to be the Oscars for games. But it's really not that at all. Who does he have vote on the games? Games journalists and insiders. Essentially,
who should they have voting on the games, Philip?
No normal gamers. People who are in a different part of the industry that don't have the same interests that we do because they don't actually pay for video games.
Yep.
So because they don't pay, they don't have the same vested interest in money spent, money wasted. They vote for different reasons. They like games for different reasons than we do because they're not real gamers.
Okay.
So... The awards are pretty invalid. That's why you always kind of see a misalignment in games that win. I mean, shit, one year, I think like you had a game, wasn't it, what was the year that this fighting game won? Everyone laughed at it.
As long as
it's not even really a fighting game. I can't remember.
Nailed it. Good memory. Good story. That added a lot.
But it just didn't make any sense.
Oh.
Some of the nominees always are weird.
Don't even know the name.
It's because it's game journalists doing it, not fucking gamers. You don't even understand what a game is. Don't misclassify a game in the wrong genre.
Definitely.
So stupid. So, anyway.
Doped Up Vet says, everything sucks and everyone is stupid. Got it. That's in his chat.
It is what it is. The Game Awards are coming up. I know you guys are going to want to have me talk about it. So that's going to be a topic that we'll be discussing soon.
Jump Force, big up.
Next Monday when the nominees come out. Okay? By the way, I just want to apologize to Spawn Killer. Spawn Killer did a super chat, and I missed it. It was a $2 super chat, and he says, would you go back to System Shock eventually? Yes, I would.
Spawn Killer, next time, jump up the numbers, and I'll get to it faster. Thank you, Spawn Killer.
I really was enjoying System Shock back in August. It was one of the first games I played on this gaming PC. And then we...
Big ups, Moron! You are not a moron. Thank you so much, sir.
Really was enjoying System Shock back in August. It was one of the first games I played on this gaming PC. And then we just got wrapped up with the new releases because it wasn't a new release. It was just an older remake.
Black and White Lirestone.
Eventually, we might get back to it. We'll have to see. But I was really liking the art style and everything of it. I thought that it was a really outstanding game.
Don't care.
Earlier, I feel bad.
Don't care. Nope. Let's.
And I apologize. I didn't shout you out earlier. I feel bad. Sorry about that.
All right, and we are out of content
Okay.
clearly because the silence starts. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes, I do look down on the man who chooses money over integrity, considering the fact that pretty much that's the opposite of what I've done the entire run that I've been a YouTuber.
Ooh.
I've always taken integrity versus money. There have been many times over the years that I could have sold out, used all the same underhanded, dirty tactics, taken the paycheck, taken the sponsorship, kissed ass, stroked dick, fluffed up the right people. So I could
Stroke? Whoa, hold on. What could you have done?
kissed ass, stroked dick, fluffed up the right people so I could be in their good graces. Instead, I've done exactly the opposite of that. Every time that I've seen those opportunities, I've
You did stroke dick, actually. That's factually fucking based, right? You actually did stroke dick?
done to them. I said, absolutely not. I've, have nothing to do with that kind of behavior. And that's one of the reasons why I am where I am is, I could have been a bigger guy. I could have been a guy like a Rad Brad or something like that. But I
Why
never
you got this heart of a Rad Brad?
played the game. I refused to play the game. Instead, I wanted to be my own guy. And that way I could basically sleep
Beg more.
well at night, knowing that the content that I was putting out was original, fun, and genuine. Wasn't me simply saying or doing something because I was receiving monetary compensation for it, but instead it was because I actually cared about the content I was putting out. I never wanted to lie to the viewers about my feelings about a particular game. And I feel like I've done that. I feel like over the years, I think people know that when you see me playing games and the like, that it's genuine. I'm never shilling. I'm never lying about my opinions. That's why you hear me say opinions about games you don't hear other gamers say. Like when I say rollback netcode is not very good for fighting games, and the whole FGC can't stop kissing
The entire internet of every fighting game ever, not just Street Fighter. Yeah, go ahead.
the ass of people who put rollback netcode into their games. There's a good reason for that. It's because I'm honest and they just want to get attention for themselves to make money. And I think it's pretty underhanded, but that's how the industry is. That's how it's always been. People take the bag over being honest. And so when I see Jeff Keighley, a guy who I actually do feel is good for the industry and cares about gaming, taking the bag by running his Game Awards in early December, completely eliminating a month and a half to 2 months of valid games because he wants to make more money, I think that's pretty fucked up.
Philip is a true integrity right here, guys. Clearly. He doesn't lie to anyone, all that stuff. Come on. True integrity here. By the way, please tip, guys. Earlier better than later. I hope he follows that up with this. Please say he does. Husky says, isn't this the guy who shouted that devs should alter release dates to avoid RPG overload, but not if they want to be considered for awards? It's very weird. It's tough to keep track of, Husky. Big up, sir. Please say he asked for money after this, please.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay. Continuing on. We have a couple more stories.
Fuck. I really wanted it now, guys, there.
Okay.
Oh, wait. We still might
What
get
did
it.
I
He
just
got,
put? Okay,
he got
sorry,
distracted.
fucked up. Okay.
Hold
So,
on.
Our next story, folks.
Fuck.
This is a weird one. This is one that admittedly I'm confused and scratching my head about.
Okay. This is a weird one.
Microsoft, and Xbox particularly, has launched a new ad campaign this morning that is baffling at least me and baffling a lot of gamers online as well. It is called This is an Xbox.
What, these 100 follower Twitter accounts again?
From Craig McNary, the senior director of Xbox marketing.
So he's literally making a marketing article just purely for marketing. What they wrote here is purely designed to make you buy whatever the fuck they're talking about. So keep that in your mind, please, as we move on here.
Folks, I hate to say it, I've been criticizing Xbox a lot this year, and I do feel like one of their biggest problems is their marketing. They are not marketing themselves well at all, and because of that, they have completely lost their foothold in the industry, right? What games do you know of Xbox that have come out that have been good, that have been marketed well, and you want to play? What about their console? Have you heard anything even about the Xbox Series S or X this year that makes you want to buy one? What about Game Pass? Have you heard anything about that recently that makes you want to get it? I don't remember, right? This year, I think it's been a pretty bad year for Xbox. I've just heard negatives about Microsoft and Xbox in general pretty much all year long. Oh, they're laying off this studio. They're canceling this project. They're fucking up here and there and everywhere, right? White Mojo Wolf says they make the best 7 out of 10 games. There you go.
There you
so
go.
this is their senior director of marketing.
I trust his opinion, so.
Craig McNary, all right? This is his new marketing campaign. I shit you not. I didn't make this article up. He wrote this and put it up on the website. Here it is. At Xbox, we're building a future defined by player choice where people can play their favorite games, discover new adventures, and connect with friends wherever and however they love to play. We also believe gaming should be easy to access and available for everyone, whether you have an Xbox console, playing on PC, Samsung Smart TVs, handhelds, mobile phones, Amazon Fire TV, or a MetaQuest headset. With Game Pass Ultimate,
correct.
you can play with Xbox. In fact, you're probably reading this on an Xbox-enabled device. I'm on a PC, and that's true. I have Game Pass. That can be powered on with the help of cloud gaming or the Xbox app for PC.
Phil buys, like, marketing is made for Philip. Hear that? Whoa, that's true. This is an Xbox-enabled device. This is correct. I got to keep reading forward. I got to keep reading more. They're talking to me right now.
That's the inspiration for our new This is an Xbox campaign. This is an Xbox invites people to play with Xbox across multiple devices and screens. It showcases the evolution of Xbox as a platform that extends across devices with bold, iconic, fun visuals and a lighthearted tone. Launching today, the campaign will come to life in a variety of ways. So, here is their new marketing. This is an Xbox, and it shows an Xbox Series X. This is an Xbox for your lap, and it shows a laptop. This is an Xbox that tags along, and I believe that is, what is that called? It's one of the handheld devices. I don't know if that's the Steam,
Nailed it.
or the ROG Ally. I don't know which one that is. It's one of the handheld
The ROG,
devices.
he almost said ROG Ally.
Or the ROG Ally. I don't know which one that is.
The
It's
ROG
one of
Ally?
that's the Steam, or the ROG Ally. I don't know which one that is.
The
It's
ROG
one
Ally.
of the handheld
That's my
devices.
favorite, the ROG Ally. Big ups. Chairman of the board made me laugh that I'm Felted. He claims to be honest about rollback netcode when he has libeled the Cannon Brothers characters saying they're cheats and only he knew. You are Felted, chairman of the board. ROG Ally.
That's correct. Or the ROG Ally. I don't know which one the devices. I don't know if that's the Steam, or the ROG
Praise.
Ally. I don't know which one that is. It's one
tough.
of the
Too
handheld
short.
devices. Correct.
Pretty tough, short one.
This is a cat box.
Yeah? It's a joke. You know, it's supposed to be funny.
How clever. Yes, I'm aware. There's a cat coming out of it. It must be a cat box, right? Wow. This is an Xbox that goes on the wall, and it shows a smart TV. This is an Xbox that makes calls, and it shows a smartphone.
It's a joke.
This
you know?
is a bento box.
That's called a joke.
This is an Xbox on the inside, and for those who don't know, that is the remote for the Amazon Fire TV, and that is the actual Amazon Fire stick that you plug into your TV. This is an Xbox that you wear, and then it shows a VR headset.
Guardian.
This is
definitely.
still an Xbox,
Allah be
and it
praised.
shows the Xbox Series S.
You get it? Is it hard
This is an immersive takeover. Oh, I'm immersed.
Wow, man. Rough one. We had initial assault, and now we're just in the thick of it right now, reading news articles about games that, you internalize in about 10 seconds if you're reading it by yourself, But we're getting it through Philip's valedictorian business degree head. It's
I'm
rough.
very immersed. When you showed me that cat box and the bento box,
That's
I
the
became
joke.
incredibly immersed.
Yep, that's the
Immersed
joke.
in what? Maybe gasoline, because I probably got to match them about the light. But
For
wow,
what?
let's continue. To truly understand what an Xbox is, it's equally
Okay.
important to understand what is not an Xbox. So to bring this to life, we've had some fun and labeled "This is not an Xbox" on non-Xboxes in unexpected places, while also featuring our "This is an Xbox" campaign visuals across San Francisco, Atlanta, Chicago, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, London, New York, and Berlin to highlight all the devices are part of Xbox. So what they have done, they have actually gone throughout these major cities of the world and put up posters such as "This is a cat box,"
Yeah,
and "This is a bento
that's the
box."
joke. It's not serious, right? It's not a big deal. It's a joke. You know what those are?
This is a
Or-
partnership. To further extend this is an Xbox, we partnered with several brands, including Samsung, Crocs, Porsche, and the Happy Egg Company in the UK to help bring the campaign to life in unexpected and entertaining ways. This is a pair of Xbox. You got the console and then the portable device. This is an eggs box, and it shows a carton of eggs.
Eh?
Then they show an ad on a building somewhere. Oh, hold on. They have gear. Oh, I need to jump on this right away. I need to unload my wallet, right?
You know, if you thought this article was so dumb, you just didn't have to show it, actually. I think most human beings would see this article, scroll through it about 4 seconds, and then say, okay, Xbox is going on different platforms. And they move on with their day.
Definitely for this campaign. Just look at this. Who wouldn't want a t-shirt that says, this is not an Xbox, right? I mean, you know what? I need to get a shirt that I can wear that says, this is not an Xbox. Because you guys need to know that I am not an Xbox. Because God forbid someone could get confused and think that I am an Xbox. And we got to make sure that that confusion is cleared up. And we need to spend money to do that. I need to buy this shirt. How much do you want to bet this shirt is probably like $35?
Click
right?
it and find out.
They have hoodies. Oh, that's got to be like a $60 hoodie.
How much is your t-shirts, Philip, real
right
quick?
there, $70. But this is not an Xbox hoodie.
He
It's got to
said-
be like a $60 hoodie, right? $5.
35.
Right? They have hoodies. Oh,
And how much?
That's got to be like a $60 hoodie right there.
Okay,
$70.
$30, 35 and 60. I'll check Philip's
But
prices
this is
real
not
quick.
an Xbox hoodie.
They're not going to
I
cost
gotta
that
get
much,
on
right?
this, man. I mean, come on. With a show-stopping library of iconic franchises and upcoming games, including Call of Duty Black Ops 6, that's on everything. That's not an Xbox exclusive. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Well, technically that's Xbox PC exclusive, correct? That's not on Sony. And same thing with Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? I love how they had to wedge in Call of Duty, which has nothing to do with being an Xbox exclusive because it's cross-platform. I mean, they had the chance to make it exclusive.
So he undershot him by $10. He added 10 to each for the joke. See, mine's only $55, dumb fuck. And see, mine's only $26, dumb fuck. Microsoft is much more expensive
They
than
did,
that.
but they chopped.
And we're not even checking the prices, so they might be cheaper.
Chose not to, right? So, I mean, so let's scroll back. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Look at this.
Yeah, why don't we click that too? We got nothing else to do.
This is, I'm not kidding you, Craig
Doesn't work?
McNary. All right? Craig McNary. Hold on.
Okay, there you go.
Here he is. He's on link.
Microsoft hoodie is $47 and shirts are $27. Big ups. So cheaper on the hoodies and $1 more expensive on the shirts. But yeah, let's just shit on them for no reason.
Damn.
Big ups.
Oh, I gotta sign in. Well, I don't want to sign in. I wanted to see his history. Like, I wanted to see
What?
his employment history, and I wanted to see
You got to
where he
log
went
in
to
for that.
school.
It's pretty simple.
But you can't see that unless you make an account, which is real shit.
Yeah,
Right.
most people with would
What
have
about
that ready.
Craig McNary?
What, are we going to dox
Alma
him now?
Mater.
Okay, let's dox him. Big ups.
International Academy?
My
What?
sister's face is beautiful.
I want to know where he went to school. That's all I want to know. And you can't apparently find it out unless you get to fucking you make an account at LinkedIn. That sucks. That's really stupid.
Yeah, it's killing my
What if I
joke right
click on
now.
this?
I was about to felt him.
Nah, it just shows his posts. Oh, that stinks.
This is killing my joke.
Well, the reason I asked is because I just wanted to see. I guarantee you, this man probably went the toppest of the top. Oh, you found it? University of Washington.
Yeah.
Masters of Bit. He has MBA at the University of Washington.
Is that
Okay.
high enough for? Is that a high enough level school for this joke or no? Jay Wuso says this is a dented doxing attempt.
But here's why I ask.
Okay,
all right?
okay, go ahead.
People
go
like
ahead.
this guy, all right?
Yeah. Go
This
ahead.
guy probably went to top schools, very expensive schools. Okay,
It was the University of Washington. They just said it. Go ahead.
he's probably been affluent most of his life, if not his whole life. Probably born with a silver spoon in his mouth,
You have no idea about this information. Go ahead.
and went to the best schools, high end. Gets
University of Washington. That person already said that.
a high end job, the head of marketing for Xbox. Okay, his campaign is literally, hey, you can go and you can play Xbox on anything. So basically what you're telling me, number one, is that Microsoft has completely given up on any efforts to actually like sell a console. You know what I'm saying? They don't care
Yeah, they're going a different direction. They're trying to make it get across more platforms to sell more Game Pass.
about the Series X or S anymore. They've given up. They've thrown in the towel. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, that's sad. Because they were a big competitor with the original Xbox.
And yes, the marketing guy was in charge of that decision. Mm-hmm.
The Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and now the Series S and X. In fact, this console gen, the Series S and X, are
The
fabulous
marketing guy made that decision, by the way.
game consoles. You know, the only drawback, right, is that the S cannot do anything better than like 1080p because it's not meant to. But it can play 1080p games fine. The X can go a little better. It can do some 4K. It can do some, higher frame rates. They're great consoles. I would argue the Series X is on pace or on par with the baseline PS5.
On pace and on par.
Definitely competitors. The problem is the marketing didn't align the console to be a competitor. When did you hear the marketing about how Series X should be in line with PlayStation 5 and you should buy one today?
Where did you hear that?
Did you hear
Wasn't
that?
there? Did
I
you?
mean, I've told you that from trying it and playing it. I told you it's pretty much on par. It's the same graphics.
So the viewership's back to normal now at 281. I don't know what that little bump was, but now we're back to normal numbers of less than a little bit over 300 across both platforms.
It's got the same games, right? People have asked me this console gen, which do you prefer? I don't really. They're both good. So why doesn't Microsoft act like that? Right? Instead, they've literally given up. They're saying, what we want to do is we want to push
bored.
Game Pass now.
That could be too.
Game Pass is the future, and we don't care how you play games. We don't care if it's on the Series X, a laptop, a handheld device that we didn't make, a smart TV we didn't make, a phone we didn't make, the freaking, Fire Stick that we didn't make. That's all good. As long as you're playing our games, we're happy. And I understand.
You almost got it. You almost got it.
And that, I know that Game Pass, if more people subscribe to Game Pass,
You almost got it. Come on, buddy. We can do this. We almost got it.
become more profitable. But it's like they lost the script somewhere. Like, you are supposed
You just explained their script.
to be a console maker and competitor. That's what an Xbox is. Like, you are supposed.
No,
but
there it is.
It's like they lost the script somewhere.
Oh, man.
Like, you are supposed to be
Gone.
a console maker and competitor. That's what an Xbox is.
You just explained why that's not what they're trying to do. Okay? But yet they want to do that. Okay.
What they're doing with this
We had
campaign,
it.
they're essentially
Almost
saying
had it.
Xbox is no longer a game console. Xbox is a concept of just playing games.
He's almost back.
And anything you can play, any game related to Microsoft on is an Xbox.
Yes.
Well, that's great, but then why do we need an Xbox console?
Son of a bitch.
You literally, in your own ad campaign, said that your consoles are obsolete and not needed. Because I can buy any of these other devices that would serve other purposes. Like a laptop, sure. I could
I
play
don't think that's an accident, dumb fuck.
games on it, but I could also do schoolwork on it. I could do work for my job on it. I could do online shopping. I could pay my bills on it, taxes. I could do a million things with a laptop. So if I could play Xbox games on the laptop and get other use out of it, I'm going to buy the laptop.
Hey, guys in the marketing department, you sure we want to put this ad out? It's almost like we'll let people know that they don't need an Xbox console to play our games. I don't know. Seems pretty risky. It's not as if we have an entire marketing campaign based on getting people to play our games on other consoles. Are you sure about this, guys? I don't know.
Right? Hey, look, here's a portable Xbox, because you can't do this with your Series X.
Why don't you go back to your Ivy League school, Silver Spoon boy? Keep telling us what to do since you control everything.
So I'll just get this. Wait, I can play your games on my phone? Why the hell do I ever need this? Their marketing campaign is self-defeating.
Shit.
And this guy probably went to Ivy League schools or top schools, top dollar, super expensive, rich guy, best education money can buy. He came up with, hey, fuck it. Forget the consoles. We're losers in that regard. So let's change our entire face of our marketing because we give up. Wave the white flag because there's no way we can ever sell our console because we're a bunch of losers.
We were so close, and then we went so fucking far. You explain why they're doing the exact thing they're doing. Big ups, NW News. According to Phil, he hasn't bought anything in years. How could he give a take as a consumer when all his items are gift from Anonymous? Well, he's speaking for the real gamers. That's what he is, NWO News.
It's such a defeatist mentality. It's just like Phil Spencer coming out and saying,
Phil
you know,
Spencer,
the reason
shout
that everything's going bad is because gaming's in a slump right now.
Those two things are not connected in any fucking way.
Right? Gaming is really bad. We can't sell games because, you know, the industry's on a downturn.
Okay. Yep.
No, it's not Phil Spencer at all. Games are selling like hotcakes. Tons of games this year were huge sellers. Just not yours. Literally every game but yours sold. Yours can't sell because you don't make good games. If you make good games, people would then buy them. And then people would say, hey, what's the console to play them on? The Xbox.
Giga Gamer. Okay, a lot of LARPers in Kick are doing good work right now. That's why his viewers up to, back to 27 actually. But Punish the Zagna says, I work in marketing. This is a solid marketing campaign to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Sticking to just one thing is the path to death. Giga Gamer says, mate, you just looked up where he went to school and you know he didn't go to an Ivy League school. Why are you still saying it? We got to get that felt.
But instead, you don't have any good games. So when you don't
the actual consoles were never the revenue source. It has always been about the software.
Have any games, this is what you do. You cope. And this whole campaign is a cope mechanism saying,
cope.
Eggs. Oh, look, a cat box. Oh, look, a bento bot. It's not funny. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. This guy is the head of marketing. He's a clown. He's a literal clown. He thinks this is a good ad campaign for the company. This ad campaign literally hurts the company and its image in every way, shape, and form. He wants you to go out and buy a competitor's device to play their games on.
Yeah.
Don't buy ours. We give up. Just play our games on other devices. Well, what games? You haven't explained what games yet. And you scroll to the bottom, Call of Duty. That's on everything. That's even on Sony. That's on your competitor. What do you...
Excuse me, they say, with a show-stopping library of iconic franchises and upcoming games. That's actually what they say. They just gave you some quick examples. Boat Knight says, has Phil Spencer ever filed for bankruptcy? No, and as far as I know, he's not addicted to mobile games. Not yet, at least.
What are you talking about? But again, this guy probably thinks this is the most clever idea ever. What a memester I am. What a memester Xbox is. We're the master of internet memes. Everyone's going to be wearing these shirts. Everyone's going to be holding their eggs and saying, this is an eggs box. No, no one's going to do this. You are completely out of fucking touch with reality. Craig McNary, you are bad at your job. No one is going to get Game Pass or buy an Xbox game or do anything to benefit your company because this is the ad campaign you created, a defeatist mentality that makes you look like a loser. It looks like you have a limp dick. No one wants to give you money if your dick is limp.
What? What the fuck is going on? We are lost. We have gone insane, I think. What? How did we get to this? It's all about the penis again. Speaking of the stream earlier today. How did we get back to penis?
A defeatist mentality that makes you look like a loser. It looks like you have a limp dick. No one wants to give you money if your dick is limp. What is wrong with you? And this is who's in charge of their marketing.
God, man, we jumped right back into that. Devoured it.
And I'm just a normal dude. I can say this. What the fuck? Where did the years of education and money go?
Unfortunately, we can't say that.
Where did this guy get all of this from? What is happening? Why do you think, seriously, why do you think the games industry is in a slump. It's not because games are bad. It's not because times are tough. It's because these are the clowns in charge. The clown show continues.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's factually fucking based.
Xbox. They've got some of the worst leadership. The head of marketing thinks this is their best marketing campaign they've ever come up with. It's literally their worst. You remember those gross out ads of the 1990s? You'd be reading like a game magazine, and it would be like a giant jar full of toenail clippings. And they'd be like, oh, this will sell a game console. I think it actually would more than this. Like, that would actually sell hardware or a game better than this. Literally, what on earth, when you're looking at this, where here do you see yourself spending $1 on anything Xbox?
Advertising doesn't work on normal human beings like that. It's marketing is like giving you a feeling of the brand, right? And some people with senses of humor might look at this and instantly realize, oh, it's on more consoles than I originally thought. Maybe I will pick up Game Pass. And that's the whole fucking point.
How does this convince you to spend $1? If anything, maybe you get hungry because you saw the bento box, or maybe you think you want to go pet a cute kitty. I don't want to buy any games or spend any money with this ad campaign at all. That's the whole point of marketing, to make people want to spend money on your product and business. This guy is the head of marketing at Xbox. He doesn't even understand what the point of the marketing is.
You don't read chat, or you give it up on that?
I had 2 classes about marketing in college, and I think I learned more about marketing in the 2 classes I took than this guy did, and he's the head of marketing.
You definitely have a lot of proof of learning something for those classes being laid off from every single job you ever had. So that education did take you very far.
At Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Spencer, can you give me a call? Within 10 minutes, I will come up with a better ad campaign than this entire multi-million-dollar thing you're working on right now.
Please.
I will give you a better ad campaign. I swear to God. I will at least sell 1 gamer console with my campaign. I swear. I can do better than this clown. This is ridiculous. Why are you failing? Because you have horrible people working for you who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
Holy
that was a great
fucking
felting.
shit.
I can't wait to see the comments on this one on that YouTube clip.
Well, folks, we do have one more piece of stuff to talk about in the game news section. Avowed.
If you haven't had enough fun yet, Big Us Boat Night says ALT want to promote you. Oh, are you limp? Yeah, I'm limp right now, unfortunately. I wasn't earlier, but now I am. This comes from the same guy who came up with DSP's DSP. Zodsky in the house says, all this from one console ad. It is wild if you think about it. We were really low on content today, I guess. But he had so many articles, man. Copeside Phil says, their marketing campaign is great. Just play any game on anything. Everyone wins. Xbox has been a third-party studio for years now. But you clearly have a limp dick. Instamat says, Phil rolled a 0 on comprehension. And many more items you can roll for. Copeside Phil says, let's ignore he sells horribly designed clothes. That's about DSP's clothes. And Movie Sign says, we need merch that shows Dave's face with the caption, this is not a gamer. Or, this is a beggar. Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Its final trailer.
Big ups.
All right? Avowed has its final trailer. It just got released this morning. They're calling it the pre-order trailer.
Oh, got those Kino Casino clips on lock right there. The Raqueta picture right there.
And
thumbnail.
It has dumped, basically...
You're going to make it bigger, right?
The release date of the game in it, and has shown off some gameplay mechanics and graphics.
Someone else said it best. Philip rolled a 99 in luck at the expense of everything else.
Allow us to watch this together. This will be the end of the show. Let's watch the Avowed pre-order trailer. Here we go. Ready? In beautiful 4K resolution. No, it's 10... Here we go. In beautiful 4K resolution.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. By the way, my stream isn't 4K. Okay.
You must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say.
I'm about ready to get started.
That's it. And then they go to their Xbox logo, see? So
thanks for clearing that up. I wasn't sure.
That's a vow. So
yeah, so what are we going to say here? Is it any comments off the top of your head, Philip, without looking at chat?
So just watching that a little bit.
It looks like 1,000 other games. That's my take on it right now. It looks like 1,000 other games. Just wait and see.
A couple things to say.
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Skyrim, right? Doesn't it? It looks like maybe a little bit more of our cartoonish version of Skyrim.
Yeah, definitely.
But interestingly enough, it actually looks like it performs like Skyrim. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
it doesn't look like a modern game, does it? That looks like a game that's like a console gen or two behind, or like 10 years outdated, but with like upscaled graphics. At least from what I saw there. Did you notice that the character models didn't even really sync with what they were saying? Like the woman was like, "I'm ready for action" or whatever. Her mouth was like,
It was a voiceover.
What happened there?
A voiceover?
And I'm curious.
Okay.
Why? That's bizarre to me. You would think that
definitely
in regards to this,
in a world where Bill Murray repeats the same day. Did you notice that his lips weren't moving on that? They weren't, like, Bill Murray's mouth wasn't even saying that. I forget the guy's name in the movie. Bill Murray has to relive the same day in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Like, Bill Murray wasn't even saying that. It's really weird.
This game, they would want it to look modern. It doesn't. It kind of looks older, outdated to me. It was at 60 frames there. So that was 60 frames per second. So that's good. I wonder if it'll actually run higher than that.
Phil,
I think honestly the only thing that's
Phil.
holding it back is the graphics. The gameplay looked fine. Again, it kind of looks like Skyrim to me. And if it's another Skyrim, all these years later, I think I'm okay with that. I think we need another Skyrim because there's no Elder Scrolls game coming out anytime soon. We know this. We know that Bethesda has lost their way, and they're not making good or many games anymore. They're kind of screwing up, and it looks like it's going to take them forever for the new Elder Scrolls to come out. So because of that, we kind of need a fantasy game like this, I feel. I think this might make sense. It's going to fill in a gap, a niche that's empty right now that we need something for, correct? But at the same time, I'll be honest, it didn't look great. It looks underwhelming when it comes to the graphics. And I think, sadly, what's going to happen is the game will come out, and a lot of people will be very skeptical about getting it because they're going to say the graphics don't look very good, right? It is made by Obsidian. Obsidian is the same studio that made Fallout New Vegas as well as The Outer Worlds. And they wanted to make an Elder Scrolls game. And they asked Bethesda. And Bethesda said, no, we're making an Elder Scrolls game. And they asked Bethesda.
That is just axed, right? I mean, come on. I'm not trying to be nitpicky here, but that is axed. It just legitimately is axed. Bonan the Carbarian says, limp dicks, sink tips. Hell yeah. Iwamoto says, so confidently wrong, it's a bit scary. Yeah, today was something.
They wanted to make an Elder Scrolls game. And they asked Bethesda. And Bethesda said, no, we're making it. They're like, are you sure? Because we can make one right now. And they wouldn't let them. It's just sad. It's freaking sad, man. And I don't know.
Who would have guessed it? Okay, I'm not getting into it. Who would have guessed that they wouldn't try to recreate? Okay, whatever.
I think Obsidian will do a good job, but it looks like maybe they didn't have the resources to make it.
Most important franchise for Bethesda. Yeah, we'll just give it to some other company. You go ahead. You can handle it. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Good as what people want in the modern day. Like I said, it definitely looks to me like it's outdated when it comes to how it's going to be presented graphically and everything. So, like, gameplay-wise, it might be great. Story-wise, it might be great. But if it doesn't look so good, a lot of people are going to complain about that.
Yeah, it's not important. You guys got it. That's true. That's
anyway,
true, too. I'm not saying they're not a good studio, but I can also see Bethesda saying, you know what, we're going to try to do this in-house.
I sold on it? Well, the thing is, it's on Game Pass. So I don't really have to be sold on it. I got Game Pass. I'm going to keep Game Pass.
You know what? If Game Pass sounds pretty cool because you can play all these different games if you have the Game Pass. And you know what would make it better is if you could do Game Pass on, like, different consoles. That'd be kind of cool. Hold on. What if we had, like, different images showing, like, the different devices? And, like, you throw in a few jokes, though, because you want to get people's attention. That sounds kind of good.
So when February 18th swings around, I'll be trying out Avowed and see if I like it or not. And I guess we judge then if that's something that we want to keep playing. So there you go. Solid release date, February 18th.
Very solid.
You know, judge as you will. For me, I think the game will probably be good, but I think people will be misjudging it because of graphics, which is unfortunate. I wish that the game actually looked a little better there in its final form, but I guess it is what it is, right?
Is what it is, dude.
Okay, so folks, that is all of the news. I had an insane amount of game news to cover today. I hope you guys liked it. A couple shout-outs here. Rare Tricks re-upped their sub over on Kick.
Doesn't
So
count,
thank you, Rare
bitch.
Tricks, for the re-upping of the sub. That means that we're up to $62 of support so far this morning. And then Spawn Killer did a $2
Whoa, re-ups count now?
super chat. One game I wish that we got more information on was Fable. That is very, very true. Right? It's very true. We haven't heard about Fable in a long time, right? We keep seeing trailers for it, but then no actual gameplay information or anything.
Only
right?
Kick subs. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Only Kick works. Okay, that makes sense.
Is someone being an idiot over on Kick? Fine, I'll do this. I'll get rid of them so we don't have to listen to them whine. All right, go away. Okay. So, yeah. All right, so we got a few minutes left on the show, everybody. Just a few. If anyone would like to talk about something, please tag me in the chat.
Very light on Biggs today, aren't we?
Tribute, I'll give you a shout out. I want to say thanks for $64 of support already this early. I appreciate that very much. Obviously, the goal is to continue the streak, right? Let's hit 65. Let's celebrate tonight on the politics show. Let's continue the streak, and then let's hit the goal tomorrow, and we can do the entire Decades menu from Taco Bell tomorrow.
Now, this is good marketing.
And then I'm looking, of course, for what should the goal be for next week. Right? Let's think about another one. Let's find another good one to do for the coming week. I'm sure there's going to be some food items and things that we could test out. If you guys can find some or you're interested in some, you know, I'm down for it. Okay? All right, cool. So what do you guys want to talk about
Anything
at the
else?
end of the show?
Uh-huh. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Is there a chance to put both chats on stream to follow both conversations?
Yes, there
What
is.
do you mean, Automata? Do you mean on your screen or my screen?
It's very
Do you mean
easy.
your screen? You can literally do that right now. Just open both streams.
You can do
and you
that
can just
now.
have both chats popped out sitting next to each other. Right? But if you mean on my screen, no, I don't want to put the chats on screen. It's too distracting. I'm not the kind of guy that wants you sitting there reading chat and stuff like that. I'd much rather have you focus on the content. Keep in mind that I am doing content for different audiences, that there is an on-demand audience that watches the content, and I make ad revenue, and they do come by and support the streams via that as well. So it's not about the chat at all times. I will interact with the chat, but I'm not going to override the content that I make just to have the chat on the screen. You know, a lot of streamers have chat on the screen. I'm not going to criticize them. More power to them if they like that. I don't want that in my content. And let's be honest, if that were the case, if chat was on the screen, what would happen is nonstop, you'd have trolls coming in with accounts spamming to show up on the screen saying nasty stuff to try to ruin the on-demand experience. So it ain't worth it.
Yeah, that would definitely ruin the on-demand experience. Rod Klopp says, ALT, look up Eastbound and Down Little Dick. Okay, I will do that. Well, unless you're trying to get me to search some kind of porno situation.
Thoughts on the Indiana Jones game for December? You know, I would say it looks solid, but I'm wondering if it's going to feel like Indiana Jones. Because Indiana Jones has a distinct feel. When you watch one of those movies, you feel like, oh, you're at home in the Indiana Jones universe. And I wonder if a game where you're playing as the character will feel the same as being along for the ride in a movie. I don't know. I think that's why people are so on the fence about it, because we never really had an Indiana Jones experience in a game in like 20 years. So to have one now out of nowhere is kind of, especially now because there's no movie or anything. The movie was last year, right? So why is it even coming out right now? Don't know. It's not even like timely. So I guess we'll see. I'm on the fence about it.
Just this insane. Why are they releasing a movie? There's no okay.
Do I think this will be?
Why are they releasing a game? There's no movie coming out right now. How could no one knows what Indiana Jones is right now? What's Indiana Jones? I have no idea. What is it? Uh-oh.
I say, if this fucked up world doesn't give us what we deserve, we need to fucking take it.
If we do this, it's gonna take a ton of blood, sugar, sex, and magic. The rewards will be great, but this shit ain't gonna be easy.
Well, guess what? I can feel my little dick getting hard already.
Word.
That's good.
The M for Ubisoft if
That was
Assassin's
worth
Creed
it.
Shadows flops.
Big ups, Rock
I think they're gonna have if Assassin's Creed Shadows actually legit flops and does poorly, that would mean a series of failures for Ubisoft. They had what was the one game that did well? They had one game that did well, but several that did bad. Like Skull and Bones flop, Star Wars Outlaws flop. They had one that did really well. What the hell was it? I can't remember now. But basically, what would happen is I think they would have to I can't remember now. But they had one that did really well. What the hell was it? I can't remember now.
What's the release? He turns alien for a second.
Basically, what would happen is I think they would have to basically reassess their whole company and try to figure out how they're going to do stuff moving forward. You can't continue the same path of failure after failure after failure. Definitely. I think that's actually why they delayed Shadows, because already there was all this bad feeling. The momentum had been killed for the company after Outlaws flopped, and they didn't want to have a flop after a flop like that. You know what I mean? So,
can we finish?
Yeah,
please?
I would think they would need to reassess and change things. Like they couldn't continue on that way and have, you know, they would have to readjust. So,
big ups.
I guess we'll see what happens, but it's not the end of their company, but certainly something's got to give. Something's got to change, right? Whether that's a shakeup in management, leadership, ownership, because there's been rumors about selling the company off and stuff like that. I don't know. But I think something would have to change, yes.
Great take. Had so many great takes today. That was the best one, I think.
Sounds good, Yeet Mania.
Yep, thank you, Yeet Mania.
Lady Christmas says most would make an indie game be like Uncharted. I like how Machine Games is handling it. That is true. They could have just slapped Indiana Jones into an Uncharted-like formula and called it a day, and it would have been a passable game, but instead they're trying something different, so I guess we'll see how it turns out.
Nailed it. Correct.
One Sick Puppy says, I think Uncharted took all the good Indiana Jones ideas, and it's leaving the actual Indiana Jones game with just crumbs to work with now.
Definitely.
You could be right, but again, like Lady Christmas said, that's probably why they're going this different route and not making it a third-person action game, because people just accuse them of copying, right?
Yep. No games like that out there.
Spawn Killer says, can we do something other than food as rewards? Sure. What would you like to do that's feasible? Because the things people have come up with don't work. Can you do an extra stream? When? I'm already streaming a massive amount, and the idea is to have me have more time with my family as a result of better support. So how could I stream more? Right? Can you play an extra game? What game?
More money, less. You get less. Get it, Spawn Killer? It's not that difficult.
What are you talking about? How could we do that? When would we do it? The ideas that people have come up with just aren't viable. They're non-viable ideas, and that's why we haven't done anything else besides the food stuff, because the food stuff makes sense. It's something quick and easy that I can do on a stream. It fits in with the stream schedule. I just stay a tiny bit extra to do it. People like the fact that the series has been rejuvenated. DSP tries it, that is, because it was gone for a long time, and now it's back, and people are enjoying having it back. So, yeah.
Do a Zombies Night or merch giveaway? What's your favorite flavor?
I can't do a merch giveaway because I don't own merch. I don't know what size you wear, and you'd have to give me your information, which would dox you. So I can't do a merch giveaway. A zombie.
Pretty sure you could PayPal them money. They give you PayPal money. You could PayPal them money. Very easy to do.
Zombies Night makes no sense. I mean, like I said, I already would like to do zombies, but how would I orchestrate a Zombies Night? Doesn't even make sense what you're saying. Like, what do you mean?
Pretty easy. Lots of streamers do it all the fucking time.
Zombies at night? I could just do that now.
No, but they play with you. Okay. I can't do anything. Guys, I can't do anything. Food it is. Got it. Food it is. Back to food. What fast food can I eat?
Well, I bring back the suggestion box. Maybe at some point I will, yes. We have not done suggestion box in a while, and now that it's gone, perhaps it is time to maybe rejuvenate it, bring up a new one.
Please
we can start submitting again, and every once in a while we can pull from it. It's actually an interesting idea. Thomas says, zombies where the community has a chance to join and play with you. So let me get this straight. What you'd like me to do
there's Adam.
Is raise...
Cuck Boy's back. The one guy supporting the stream is back.
Goals all week long. 10 plus streams.
Let's see. Now watch. How happy is Philip going to be about this? Watch very carefully.
$150, and the reward that you would like to give me at the end of that, or you want me to give you at the end of that, is to play zombies with 3 people. The entire community contributes.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep hitting my goals. And then you want me to reward 3 people for that.
Think about it. You could make new lobbies and play with new people if we use our brain.
Instead of doing something that everyone can benefit from, a video that we can all enjoy, a stream that we can all enjoy. Like that, what you're saying doesn't make sense. Instead of
BQ33 says yes, sounds
everyone,
great.
Reward 3 people specifically. That sounds like a sweepstakes.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Do it to the MM says, yeah, that sounds awesome. Do it to the best 3 supporters. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find out who those people are.
That doesn't really sound good. Well, Adam is here early today and just did a 100 Australian dollar super chat. And with Adam's super chat, which is obviously ginormously supportive, that's going to massively propel us forward.
Coming in quick today, Adam, huh?
That is the equivalent of $66. And so if you add this together, we're already at $130 of support. Thank you so much, Adam, for the incredibly generous super chat. Thank you. That helps a lot. Wow, we are almost to our goal for the stream already. That's excellent.
Not even happy. Not even happy anymore about Adam, are we?
I've already explained why DSP tries it is a great reward for everyone. I'm not going to explain it every day because you're ignorant or just deaf.
Okay, well, you're not listening to anyone's any alternative takes on the reward, so yeah, just do whatever the fuck you want. Don't ask then. Yeah, don't ask
It's
then.
ridiculous. So every day I got to justify the show that people like and are giving me new ideas for because they like it. How about stop complaining?
Okay.
No, really, stop fucking complaining about everything.
Salty boy!
Dang, stop bitching. It doesn't make you look good to just sit around complaining constantly when things are going well. Why are you complaining?
Man, this is a meaningful stream. Thanks, Adam. Really upped his mood a lot, didn't you? He's very happy today.
You should complain when things are going bad because you want them to improve. When things are going well, you shouldn't be sitting around whining and complaining.
Okay. Got it. Can we finish the show now? It's already 1.
Am I still considering a lap desk? You know, I was, and I wanted to get one. I couldn't find a good one. It seems like maybe
Amazon
4 or 5 years ago,
them.
lap desks were actually in style, and there were some companies that were making really high-end lap desks. So you could have a gaming keyboard and mouse, and they'd be very secure and snug in there. They had one that we would actually like snap in and everything, and it looked good. And I was like, man, I would definitely like to maybe do, FPS games with it or something. I could play Call of Duty on it. And then they're all out of business. Like they basically not out of business, but they stopped making them. They basically stopped producing them for whatever reason. And now the lap desks that are out there are just kind of basic. They're not very good. So probably wouldn't work. You know,
yeah, what the fuck? These are only $40. That's not enough.
The point of a lap desk is your keyboard's zipping all over moving and your hand isn't in a good comfy spot. You know, I don't know. They had ones that looked like they would be perfect. That would sit like nicely on your lap and have like lock-in things so things don't fly off, and they don't make them anymore for some reason. If, for example, someone came up with a good product suggestion, I'm always open to it. If someone said, oh, here's a suggestion of a really good lap desk that I found that you might be interested in, maybe there's a new one coming out, I would definitely be open to that.
Okay.
So, you know, always send those suggestions my way. Again, anything to improve the business, I always consider, you know, and that's something definitely that maybe could help if I wanted to play on PC and not on the gamepad, right?
Oh my God. Lowly Luck says, explain to me how you eating a burger benefits me. Kick is spicy today. I think that's why he's so salty.
Okay, guys, we went late. I didn't even realize we had so much news to talk about today. We actually went late. Let's end the show so we can jump into Veilguard. All right, continue on with the story of Veilguard, which was getting interesting. We were leveling and everything when we were playing it the other day. So hopefully you will join me for Veilguard here on the stream and not take off. I understand some people probably will take off because they're not interested in
Many
Veilguard,
people will.
and that's totally cool. If you're not interested in Veilguard, you don't want to stick around. It's all good. I'll be doing the politics show tonight. We'll be doing a good variety of gameplay tomorrow, new games and stuff next week. It'll be a good time. All right? But thank you, everyone, for a very interesting and news-filled episode of the Level 1 podcast. I hope that you have enjoyed. I did.
Yeah, you could use it for different devices.
Show. I cannot wait to recap how the
many different devices, but it's kind of like it makes you look like you have a limp dick.
Talk about
I don't know if it's a good idea, actually.
Like it or not. Should be cool.
They're not selling the
Thank you guys so very
consoles. It's
much.
like they're selling Game Pass,
Appreciate
but
ya.
it's the consoles.
See you tomorrow.
Please start again.
All right. So, guys, I
Yeah,
need to
the
get set
consoles
up
are not the
for
focus. It's not the
Dragon Age, which
consoles.
means I have to swap over
It's
to
the
my
Game
PlayStation.
Pass. And
So bear with me for a second. Well, first I need to shrink my camera because I made it much bigger for the podcast. That's better. And then let me just do this because I need to swap over. Let me do that quickly.
Okay, we done yet?
If you guys are enjoying this,
No, Xenix, no restreaming happening at all. I watched for 2 minutes. Maximum. Maximum. I've been at it a long time today already. I need break time.
Lady Charisma says, I found a Corsair one still being sold. I don't know if your keyboard would fit the slot. Probably not.
Yeah.
My keyboard is a Logitech, and it's one of the relatively newer ones. I don't even think it has a groove to like fit into a Corsair slot.
What?
I mean, I could always look into it. You want to send me the link? I would definitely look into it.
Yeah, mine's a Corsair, which is known for their very weird form factors.
Okay.
What?
I could always look into it. You want to send me the link? I would definitely look into it.
Just looking for reasons want it. What?
Okay.
Yeah, mine's a Corsair. You know those. They're L-shaped. The L-shaped keyboards, they don't fit anything. And also, they don't have the groove. Yeah, the groove.
Jasper, how dare you? He jumped right on the USB cable that I just unplugged from this controller. Jasper, you're a nut. Don't attack my USB cable. Silly. Okay. All right, so we're about to start. I just want to use the bathroom quickly. So if you guys could just
number one or two.
Don't mind me for a second as I quickly use the restroom, and then we're gonna begin.
We'll see how much time we
we'll
have.
Jump back into Veilguard. I think I have to lower. Don't I have to lower my camera a little bit for Veilguard? Hold on. I think I do.
Hang on.
Oh, I did upper left. Aha. I did upper and blue for the politics show later tonight. So I have a blue border, blue text, red, white, and blue background lighting. And I'm even going to have...
Oh, that's going to be clutch.
Like American background stuff on my frame here for the politics show.
That's going to be clutch. The red, white, and blue background. Hell yeah. We got
switch over to the Veilguard animations.
The groove is back. Definitely. The groove is back.
These are Veilguard animations as well.
The groove. It does not work.
You didn't notice it at all? Well, BQ33, why don't you try watching my stream with your eyes open?
Ooh.
Maybe then you would see something.
Salty.
Okay. All right. Very quick, I'm just going to run use the bathroom, and I'll be right back, and then we'll start. So give me like 2 minutes. Be right back.
All right, 13:07. He comes back at 13:10. 3 minutes. Must have been a kingly pee.
All righty, everybody. Ready to start? Hope so.
No clips.
I
Fuck
smell
you, Raccoon
something.
Plays.
Hold
you think
on.
you want clips? Hell no.
You smell that, Jasper?
Did
I
you
smell
piss?
something. Is it outside? Let's check, because I smell something right now.
What? Did you shit again? I know it's been a week since I cleaned out the litter box, but usually I can go 2 weeks, Jasper. Let's see what cat broke.
It smells like rubber or something is burning.
Oh, shit.
And I'm wondering if it's in this room or in the house. So, guys, give me a second just to check the house and make sure nothing's burning down in the house. I doubt it, but let me check.
What? Oh, how long we take to get back from this? Gotta check the old quick burning
Rubber.
down check.
Does smell like something in this room smells like rubber.
Oh my god, the fan.
But I'm looking, I mean, I have my light on now, and I'm looking around. Nothing is smoking. Nothing, you know what I mean? The PCs were both PCs are working. Nothing is smoking. Nothing seems to be malfunctioning. So what's making that smell? I don't know. It's weird. I sit down, it smells like rubber. It doesn't smell like fire. It smells like rubber. Like, that's bizarre.
Watch it be the fan.
It could have simply been a smelly car was on the street and drove by and it got caught in here.
Yeah, those always happen. The smelly car.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. I see nothing.
Don't you hate when those smelly cars on the street cause you to smell it inside your house? Man, that's happened to me so many times. If I had a nickel every time that happened.
Nothing bad is going on. Nothing, you know.
What?
That I can see. You know? So I guess we're all right. Okay.
Shoot, no smelly car.
The fan installed, there's vinyl on the wires. The fan's not smoking, though. I'm looking at the fan, it looks fine.
It's not smoking, you dumb
brand new
fuck.
fan's running smooth.
Hey, if it was burning, I can smell it.
I don't know.
Dumb fuck.
Yeah, I mean, the PS5 does run super hot. I'm
Yeah,
looking at it
definitely.
right now. It looks okay. Well,
It has
we'll
to
see
be
what
the
happens.
fan,
It's
right?
all right. It basically is, it's not permeating. Like, it was just a little bit, but now it feels like it's gone now. So
Oh,
maybe
it's not
we're all right.
permeating anymore. Big ups.
Like I said, but it very much could have been.
Is it below the nose line or above the nose line?
Someone outside was driving by like a truck or something, and it just blasted some of that stinky ass exhaust, and it came in my
Definitely.
window, got trapped in here because I have the curtains.
Yeah, those famous plastic-smelling exhaust from cars.
Blackout curtains.
Uh-huh,
That could be what
definitely.
it was. It's fine though. There's nothing bad in here.
Nothing
so let's
bad,
go.
yeah.
Amazing head.
We're gonna bake again, aren't
So
we?
guys, an amazing head start on support today. We're at 130 bucks out of the 150 goal. I'm pretty confident we can raise 20 more bucks by the end of the stream. If we do it sooner rather than later, obviously it means I don't have to bring it up at all day. So if someone were looking, hey, I want to contribute and help out Phil and get the streak going, let's just hit it now, right? Let's just do it, get it.
We've entered the section of this arc where we really are worried about the stream being taken over by Streak Talk. So now, even though he has $130, he's saying, guys, let's hit it early, all right? Stop fucking around, all right? Don't make me keep begging, okay?
Over
Early.
with, then we could just be immersed in the game for the next 2.5, 3 hours, right? Okay, let's begin. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age
30 minutes behind.
Veilguard. It is time to continue on with the story. We're only 4 hours.
Still 1:30. 30 minutes passed. See? It's gonna happen. We gotta freak out now. Fuck you, Adam. Making me worried about the last 20.
Yes. And what is that? Is it dangerous?
Are we safe here? Or are we gonna get swarmed by more demons?
The Evanurus.
Okay, I do not care. All right, my friends. Epic day today. A lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed that one. I think I thought it wasn't going to be good, but it turned out to be so insane that I think we all had a lot of fun. But the fun doesn't stop now. 8:30 p.m. I'll be on Detractor Beam to watch the politics show. All right, so I hope to see you later tonight over on Detractor Beam. I'll redirect you to WPIG though to get you going. Yeah, we'll be over there because I could do it on Detractor Beam because I'm not running the show, and it's way more chill for me than running the show. But I'll redirect you to WPIG TV. So if you want to watch something until then, it shall be there. If it's coming up, Catherine, wake up, Catherine. Why is that not working, Catherine? Is it not working? It should work. Catherine, WPIG TV. Did I spell it wrong? I could have done that too. Oh my, yeah, now I did. WPIC TV. What the fuck's going on? Oh yeah, the poll. Thank you for saying that, Crosus. The poll. Well, the winner of the poll was everyone that chose between 6 and 10 minutes. 24% of you are legends that will go on forever, will go straight to Valhalla. Unfortunately, everyone else, including the 39% that says 16 or less, will go straight to hell. Thanks for chilling, everybody. We'll see you later tonight. Bye.